think I'm live. I think it's about to go up. Take a few seconds to think.
Yep, I'm watching it.
Hello, everybody. How's everybody doing today? Welcome. Welcome.
Hello, everyone.
Yeah, guess who's back? Drama's back again. Welcome, Martin, back. Welcome.
Sorry for that.
It's all right.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
How you doing, Haxu, Philip? Oh god, there's a massive car going past. Hopefully no one will hear it. Cad, Helion, Croquette. How you guys doing? Hope you're all doing well today. Oh, well, a wild drama's appeared. Right, how's everybody doing today? Hope you all had a splendid weekend. I hope you've had a good weekend as well.
Indeed, I have. I was like spending time with the kids, and then just got time to fix up the construction effects. That's good.
Oh yeah, something nice in the beta branch next week for all of us. Yep. Courtesy of Martin here. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be insane. Because it is something that's you said it hits lower end more than high end, which is understandable.
Oh yeah. Like, I mean, okay. So what was happening was each one of those the bits in the construction site. So like when you have like one of the pylons or one of the crisscross kind of boxes, each one of those was basically it had to basically duplicate its own material.
Yeah.
So, and of course, the issue with that, if it duplicates the material, is that it becomes more and more expensive to render. So when you have like a lot of things being constructed on screen at once, it becomes quite a problem.
Yeah.
Usually it was like one or two things being constructed, so it wasn't much of a problem. But usually people build like 5 or 6 things at once, so it can really hack down the FPS, and it just becomes, of course, like an exponential curve. So like after the change I just made, it uses one material per construction site, and it has to use one per construction site. But yeah, so it basically just wrote a custom shader, which the shader of course is more expensive than what was there before, but of course it's just for the whole thing, So
yeah.
So I'm going to start this up as well. I put that over here.
But yeah, the big frame increase when you showed me the picture, and I was like, oh my god. Just seeing all that was going on screen, and it was still holding a nice, healthy frame. Yeah. I was just like, oh.
Yeah, like that image in particular, like without anything, was 150 frames per second. Then with with building those construction sites, is now 95, where before it was like 15 or 20.
Yeah.
Just to give an idea. So it makes a truly massive difference, which is great. And of course, there'll still be a lot more to thing. All right, so I'm gonna have to filter it.
Yes.
No.
I haven't hosted just yet. I'm about to.
Okay,
I'm
Roger.
Sorry, I forgot. I've got to press start. There you go. So, guys, it's like in Silica Sundays. No apostrophe this time because the apostrophe opens the console command, the command console. If you know about that as well, Dram. The apostrophe opens the command console as well as the.
Wait.
Yeah, it doesn't mind if I hit the apostrophe. And see, I'm typing apostrophe as well, and it's closing and opening it.
What? Okay, wait. You mean the key just above tab? Yeah.
Yes, on the right side, because I've got a ISO keyboard, UK ISO keyboard.
Oh, okay.
So I've got the big enter button rather than the small enter button.
Okay, that makes sense.
No, it's the same actually on both. I've got an American keyboard here as well. It's the same with the American keyboard layout as well. So.
Oh, hello, Andrzej Stolpa and Adam Lavacik. Or Ahoy.
I'm not even going to bother because I'll just butcher your name. I'm sorry. How are you guys doing today? Welcome.
All right, joining.
Mr. Slicks, hello. Drazler, how you doing? Welcome, guys. Adam, hello. Mr. P, hello.
So I do have a question for chat, actually. How are you guys seeing the performance improvements Have they had had much of an effect for you guys?
Yes, you can join already, Mr. P. It's like in Silica Sundays.
All right, so I am in. Just let me know when I should join the team.
All good. Yeah, all good. I'm going Centauri, as you do. I'm not going to go Commander, because I always tend to snap up the Commander straight away, so someone's got to take it off my hands if someone's willing.
We're on the Great Erg, yeah? Or...
we're on the Great Erg, yeah.
Yeah, that should probably be in the thing as well. I might add that. Like that whole, just to clarify, that map screen is going to change where it's going to have like zoomable. It should be zoomable, which is really important.
Okay, cool. Cool. Right. We are all here. Right, have we got a commander? I might have to take commander. Just because we haven't actually got commander, AI is going to take control.
Yeah, that makes such a difference. So when I'm looking away from the construction site right now, I'm getting 85 FPS. I look towards it, and it butchers it down to 70 almost. And that's just this one construction site. So you can imagine the difference that's going to make once thing, you know?
Yeah, 100%. And look, I'm a commander view. I don't know if that's any different.
Here we go, 62.
So in commander view, I'm sitting at 100 looking at it. As soon as I go away...
It's also dependent on distance as well.
Yeah.
Because it takes up more of the screen, so much more has to be like... there's more passes that have to be done. Just to give you an idea, like... oh, guys, it doesn't matter. If it's beta or normal, it's all the same right now.
Yeah, it's the same branch. Pretty mooch. Right, I need to find some deposits.
I see you've gone commander again.
I have, yeah. No one was commander, so I had no choice. unless you want to be commander, it's up to you.
Dude, I mean, it's up to you. I'm not exactly the best commander though.
There is a buggy. One of our buggies, literally locked in the construction site. Can he come out? Can he?
Wait, dear. There's a buggy in the construction site? Are you serious?
He's actually now the refinery's been built and he's actually in there. He's inside of it trying to get out. Oh
right,
no!
I'm gonna have to make a fix for that. Like, I mean, that shouldn't happen. Like, there are certain situations where that can happen.
Yeah.
But the way I see it. Oh, where is it? Oh, where's he gone? Jesus Christ, mate. Here. Dude.
Oh, he's teleported out. Has he teleported out? No, he hasn't.
No, he's under there. He's under there. Yeah, we're not going to get to him. I mean, we'd have to cheat get him out, but
it's all right. It's
well, he'll get freed if we lose the refinery.
Yeah. It's all right. We'll leave him go. Right. The reason I picked the Great Erg because it's like natural expansion again, and the rolling sand hills and. It's just going to make it a little bit more challenging in that aspect.
Sorry, say again. I didn't understand that.
Yeah, the reason I picked this map in particular is because now we've lost the ability to expand with bunkers. I feel like it's going to be more of a challenge to start expanding, like very early game. So you have to start getting those silos out quite soon, just so you can try and find some resource.
Yeah, like, just to clarify, with the bunkers, it was because it was being just severely abused. You know, I mean, the things like the outposts should kind of serve the same thing as the bunkers. You know, they should... I'm probably going to, like, review how you can kind of, like, build into the, like, in general in the area. Right now, you can't build if you haven't, if you don't have active view there.
Yeah.
You know? So the plan is I'm going to significantly increase the distance at which you can build the outposts, for example, you know, or maybe I'll give like a certain rule to them. I don't know, like if people really desire being able to build around the bunkers, I can put that back. I mean, it's literally just a 1 second fit change, but the question is like it was just being abused so drastically that I don't know, man. You know.
Yeah, no, I understand. Yeah, because the bunkers you could literally expand so quick, you get behind the enemy base, etc., etc. And it was
exactly, like especially for the aliens, that was just, you know, and then it was being used as a teleportation anchor.
It's not beta branch. Both branches, beta and main game, are the same build. So it wouldn't matter if you even picked. It wouldn't update. Basically, it's the same build. And the game is like in Silica Sundays. If you search in the chat, if you're having issues, change of region, depending on where you are in the world. And yes, I am able to read chat. Curious? Yeah, I am. I think I've caught up. How you doing, Toms? Hunter, hello, hello, hello. Hello, totally not a fox. Spiel, how you doing? Nilidri, you seen the human versus alien match last night? The stream from it? That was an insane game. That was absolutely insane. I don't know if you've seen that back, Martin, but it was like a 2-hour spectator mode for me with
Oh no, I didn't see it.
Naraka City, and it was a human versus alien, and it got to the point where it was just down to attrition. Like the humans lost their headquarters, and they managed to beat the aliens. Funny enough, managed to do it.
I know I'm going to probably sound off too many times regarding this, but how's performance? Was it better?
It was better up to a point where everything started moving, and then it just all went down to about 10.
Yeah.
But
that's a different issue, and that'll be getting to this week.
Yeah,
as well.
But it was relatively okay on my end. I was hosting as well, so I don't know how it was for the guys playing. I don't think it was as bad for the guys playing. I don't know. Well, I can't really speak for them, but some of them are actually in the game now, I think, and also in chat as well.
By the way, we have an enemy quad in.
Yeah, I've spotted him. And just an enemy rifleman shooting at this poor harvester. Right, and let's put in chat. Anyone want command of Centaur? Right, okay, so I've built silos in a push now towards another Voltium deposit.
Oh,
the 50 siege tanks.
Thanks, Hellion. Is it Hellion or Helion? Like, well, I guess it's a...
Hellion, I think. Hellion, I believe.
I guess it makes sense, yeah, Hellion.
I think Hellion it's a RTS.
Hellion, alright, yeah, he's his first one. Fantastic.
Yeah.
So, that's good to hear, man. That's good to hear. And there'll be more fixes as well. Like, one of the things which still eats performance is actually the map in the bottom left corner for FPS players, where it actually, when there's like literally 500, 600 units, it will still eat a lot of like frames. Oh, okay. Oh god, this is going to take a really long time to move, but I might as well just do a walkthrough.
Yeah, the Hellion, if I remember correctly, is a StarCraft unit. I think that's where its name comes from. Is that right, Hellion? Can't remember what it's... Is it the aircraft? It's called a Hellion? No, it's the buggy. It's called a Hellion. Can't remember.
Oh, I'm mixing it up. I'm mixing it up with the game Helion, I guess.
Ah.
Speaking of which, have you seen the game, completely unrelated, but Planet of Lana?
I have seen it because it's only just been released. It's on Xbox Game Pass.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I've seen it. I haven't had a chance to look at it yet, though.
Yeah, I'm planning to have a look at it when I can.
Monster from Dauntless.
It took me 57 tries to beat it, and it's in its honor for this. Fair enough. Yeah, actually, no, that kind of is a bit similar. Like, my nickname comes from like Dram. It comes from the Elder Scrolls Adventures, Redguard. It was the first and only entry into the series. And oh, enemy soldiers there. All right, we've got an enemy soldier near the bunker. But yeah, and there was a character there named Dram. It was a dark elf, and it was extremely original and used the name.
Yeah, I'm located soldiers yet. I think they're top right side. If or bottom, no, they'll be top right side. The
guys,
buggy came from right, so
we got a light quad in the base south, attacking our silos from the map. At least I'm gathering.
Yes, yeah.
And we have lost a bunker. Remember Tiberian Sun? Unit lost.
Oh yes,
Unit ready.
that's
That was a
that
fantastic.
was Nod's one, if I remember correct.
Yeah,
The really
yes.
dark, deep one, because it was a Cabal. That was the voice for it, if I remember.
Yeah, and morphed, of course.
Yeah. I'm still sad that we
fantastic.
never got to literally play as like Cabal as the third faction, because he went rogue as an AI. So,
True.
but we got Yori for in Red Alert 2, which was insane. I do like Yori's faction.
Wow, these doors are doing something really interesting.
Are there any weak points in bases? If you're just one commando, you can't do much to a building.
Oh, okay, so this will probably change a lot of people's game plan, but they do have a slight weak point. You do slightly more damage if you hit metal parts of the building currently, but they don't have an actual individual weak point. I did intend to do that, but for the reason that that the aliens would be able to get in there and hide and take it down, I have not done it fully just yet. But it will be added eventually, most definitely.
And there we go. Yeah, the only reason why I don't command on stream is because I get distracted quite easily, so I lose like track of what I'm doing in game. So if I'm just playing, then I can go. Yeah.
It's true that for you it would be best to not have what's it called, isn't it? Command.
T1000, you might want it. I know he loves the commander job.
Yeah, still a lot of improvements, fixes, and changes that need to be done to what's it called, to the game, to make it more fun to play. Like I know like the as commander, there's just so much like running around with the camera and clicking and all this.
Mm.
But yeah, it's coming. It's all coming. Yeah, performance was the main focus right now.
I mean, as time goes on, you've got the changes you've got to do to Centauri, you've got the air units, the alien, you got all these plans, and yeah, I mean, you're doing the best thing at the moment, which is getting that performance nailed for the guys, because then they can really get into like having those massive amounts of units, and they can push in and do what they want basically, and it'd be insane for them in that way.
Yeah, precisely.
Which we're starting to get now, to be honest with you. We're able to get quite a few units on the board and still have quite high frame rates from that.
Yeah, the plan is just to be able to have like literally hundreds of units. That's the plan. We'll see how like that kind of comes along in the end. But there should be like some significant performance improvements coming, this week. Though I do want to focus on quality of life stuff as well.
Yeah.
Namely, I do want to finally put in voice chat. It's going to be a massive game changer.
Only got a lot of enemies trying to teleport in as riflemen at the moment. I'm trying to deal with them at the base so I can get a expansion refinery down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they've taken a lot of our bunkers. Or bunkers, like in general.
Right, what we got here? So we got one harvester, number 2's done. Right, I can get another harvester up. Is what we need. We need a third one, an expansion point, which is great because there's a lot of Balterium there, untapped. I'm producing quads at the moment, but kind of need to get that tech going so I can really go for it. How you doing, Frostguard? Welcome. Welcome, welcome.
They really don't like us. Whatever did Centauri do to you, Sol?
Oh, whenever I play Centauri, I always end up losing. Don't know why. It's just a Centauri thing.
Yeah. It's ironic, they're exactly 1-1 right now.
Yeah. Yeah, they got heavies now, so. Which I'm not far off, so. How you doing, Das Institute? Hello. We're almost at Tech 1, so we're almost there. No, we'll go Marksman, wouldn't it? You need Tech 2 for heavies. But that's fine, we've got enough money, so. I'm just waiting for the silo to come up so I can get another refinery down, and then I'll be happy with what I've got for now. Actually, I can't. It's too mounded. Hello, Eli Smith and Jordan. Hello, hello. How you doing today, guys?
Battle. Fight amongst the crystals.
We're playing Commander, that's surprising. Yeah, I've been asking to relinquish it for a while now.
Yeah, there's a whole group of enemy infantry up on that hill. We really need to kill them. Because they're being such a pain in the ass. There's about 4 there I can see.
Mm. Where are you two at the moment, Dran? That's a light quad. It's a bunker.
Dude, there's someone killing friendlies in base, in barracks. Do an auto kick for that.
Who is it?
Fortunately, I have no idea. Like, I just killed him, so... However, he'll stop acting up. Oh, that's fun. Just got hit by a rocket. Bloody hell.
Right, okay.
Yeah, we are really, really on the defense right now. We need to...
Yeah, we are.
Go and... Oh... Ah, alright, got killed by a sniper. Yeah, they're sniping at our, what's it called?
Heavies are up
barracks.
now, by the way.
Roger.
How you doing, Banyan? Is there space? Yeah, we got plenty of space. We've got 22 out of 36 at the moment.
Yeah, I honestly feel we should probably return the favor to Sol.
Yeah, we're going to lose a harvester, I think. It's half health at the moment. It's been smashed.
Yeah, they're really hitting our barracks. They're being nasty little buggers.
How you doing, aggro? Worth a try? Of course. Of course. Yeah, I enjoy this game. A lot and a lot. Yeah, that harvester's going down. And it's got a full tank on him as well. Which would be very unfortunate.
There's a heavy we're having trouble killing. Any help would be hot.
Yeah, harvester's gone.
Yeah. They're just spamming rockets.
Just got there too late. I was dealing with AI quads.
Yeah, no worries. Now they're coming from the south. Oh no, there's a commando up there. Ah, okay. So they got a whole bloody thing up there.
Right. I don't know where those buggies are gone. Probably been taken. Why do harvesters have landing pads? Well...
They have landing pads right now for future features, shall we say.
There we go.
Right, fuck it. Heavy it is.
Of course you can, Hobo. Of course you can. It's 25 out of 36. There's loads of room. Loads of room. How you doing, Havoc? Could you add a teleporter... Sorry, teleport to building that has a shorter cooldown than teleport to open areas in the map?
I might, like, thinking of how, like, the teleportation is used right now, I might actually just completely rework it, rather than have it, like, you can teleport anywhere. Literally do it so you have to, like, teleport to specific nodes. Because, yeah, it is being severely abused. It is fair. Like, I mean, you know, it's like, I don't want to, like, you know.
Yeah. They got hovers already. That's partly my fault. Concentrating on chat, concentrating on game, and I'm not paying attention.
Yeah, well, it's not your fault, though, because, I mean, you have been saying multiple times, you know, can anyone com? And of course, no one wants to at the moment. Makes sense.
What's barracks? There it is. There's a heavy on top of the hill again, shooting down. Hold on, Streamlabs deleted that.
There is a light armored car.
That's right, Hobo, mate. It was because we was in a competitive match. It's why you got kicked out the last game, because we was sticking to a 10v10. But this is just community games. It's absolutely fine. Like, I don't normally kick people out. It was just there was already reserves for that spot, basically. And I don't know why Stream Elements thought you was posting a link. I think it's because you had a dot between your username, basically. I think that was the reason why. Should just took a bloody commando. I just realised we're at tech for commando.
There we go, that was worth it. Light infantry, oh, well, heavy for light armoured car.
Oh, I'm on a cooldown. Okay. What we got going at the moment. So I put a heavy factory to the north of the tech just before I relinquished command. And there's a secondary barracks I put to the north as well, so And I put down another harvester because we lost our harvester, so I put down another refinery, which is now utilizing that. Utilizing that. Okay, there we go. That's how I want it to be. Utilizing that Bolterium field. That's the word I was trying to find.
Oh, there's another heavy.
You think weak dropships and transport vehicles would be a fair balance? So there is a transport coming. It's just it requires a bit of Well, I know it was the reason is because the AI can't mount it yet, wasn't it?
The only reason is the AI. Yeah, precisely. Yeah. It's the only reason. It's the only reason it's not in yet. I mean, it's not that much work to get it working with the AI, but you know, it's much more important to get the harvesters working better and so on. We have a harvester down, an enemy harvester.
Cool. So we've evened the odds now, in harvester form anyway. They have got more options of Bolterium there, and they've got 2 hover tanks on the way. And a secondary HQ.
And I got eliminated. They got 2 hover tanks coming our way though. And they're just spread out all to the south. We really need to reclaim those bunkers that they stole. Or at least destroy them.
Option to sit at the top of vehicles for transportation would be interesting. You can actually use... the heavy quad's probably the best thing for it, because it's got a bucket in the back of it, basically, so you can sit in there and you won't fall out. But you can literally jump on vehicles and ride them around. It's just whether or not you stay on that vehicle because of, you know, inertia and stuff like that.
Yeah, precisely. Yes, you can. Curious. Yes, you can reclaim bunkers. The whole idea was that you can they'll switch back and forth. Right now they have relatively low health, so they're easy to kill. But eventually they should, you know, have a much. I still do wait over a minute. Yeah, you can just reclaim them. You just go to the door, and you just wait, just like when you claim them. Okay. I'm gonna have to. That's unpaid. That's unfortunate. This distance. I'm going to have to.
Jump on, lad. Let's go for a spin.
Is that you? Yeah, that's you.
It is me.
Look at that. I'm on the back. There you go.
There's 2 hover tanks just over the top of this mound.
Yeah, just get me close to the top there, and I'll hop off and hop them off from a distance. I mean, they're just gonna obviously start firing at me, but that's fine.
Mm. Oh, I'll come back for you, curious mate. I'm not going to do much damage to 2 hover tanks in this heavy quad. Yeah, they're right there. They're literally right there.
Right, getting off. Just give me a sec. Oh yeah, I can see them.
There's a 3rd one as well on its way.
I'll just keep bombarding them and make their day a little bit less fun.
I've got commando. I don't know how much damage I'll do to a hover. Probably not that much, I would assume.
Well, it depends where you hit. I mean, if you hit under the turret, yeah, you're going to do a reasonable amount of damage. The best thing is these crystals, man. Literally the best.
Oh no! My heavy quad was my cover. Is gone.
Ah shit. Alright, blew myself up. Those 2 hover tanks are causing problems. And we have some enemy units far northwest.
Oh my god. No! Stealth vehicles? I don't think, just thinking, I don't think stealth vehicles would really work.
Stealth vehicles?
Yeah, like stealth tank from Tiberium Sun and so Tiberium Wars and stuff like that. That tank basically. Wait, where am I? Oh god, I just realised where I was.
I mean, sure, it can work, but
Do you want the Saboteur to be a stealth unit, don't you? Like
Yes,
active
yes.
camo. I mean,
Exactly.
but that would fit. Wow. Stealth generator, would that fit a Soul technology over a Centauri? But then the Saboteur would be both sides, though, right?
Yeah, I still have to kind of like think of a way of doing that. One idea I thought about was in getting inspired by what's it called, the Fremen in Dune, where like now I mean Dune the movie, where they would actually be able to just like dig into the ground and hide.
Yeah, yeah.
But oh god, all right, we got rocket launchers.
Oh, that's not good.
Oh, I mean, this is unless we can really start pushing back. This is GG because they got a lot of heavy units.
I've kind of literally just teleported into like a bunch of guys right next to me. Cheers, Cass. How you doing? How you doing, mate? Hope you're doing well. Go marksman for this. No, I'm not. Yes, I am.
Okay, if they didn't have those rocket launchers, then we could probably use one of the harvesters to harvest their units. Though, to be fair, the hover tanks, yeah, they just dodge it really easy.
Does that work? Cooking some food? Oh, God. Hover, just come over the top of the hill.
Yeah. Those rocket launchers are really dealing heavy damage.
You did say the weak point for a hover was his optics, yeah? Optics is turret ring in its rear.
No. The optics is for the railgun tank.
Right.
For the hover tank, you want to aim under its turret. Well, it depends with what, too.
Yeah. Got him. He's sniping them.
Are you
Oh,
a sniper
God.
up on... No, okay.
No, I'm the one back at the sand dunes at the base. Oh, we just lost it. We had a heavy armored carrier and we just lost it.
Oh,
So I'm a lonely marksman against a hover tank. This is not ending well.
no.
Yeah. It's dead right now. Oh, that's why you're in here. You've got Amazon Prime now. Am I ready for my monthly subs? I'm on YouTube, so
Tank died.
we
Jesus.
just lost the what's it called? The barracks.
Okay, we only have one? Oh,
No, we have two. We have two. Damn. Thought the teleport might still work. Oh. Oh, hi. Hi. I'm just in.
Right,
Here's a scout.
Yeah, they've just basically gone unharassed.
Yeah. Oh, I died to a rocket.
Yeah, I did too.
I mean, I'm still on Twitch. I'm just not actively using it at the moment. I don't... Trying to consider leaving it behind for YouTube. So it is literally a better platform.
You know what? It might actually be worth going with that harvester.
Go for the battle harvester, yeah.
So then again, I mean, it might do like reasonable damage to those. Like we might be able to get the rocket launchers, but those hover tanks, they're just gonna dodge.
Actually,
Easy.
we actually have no barracks. That's right.
Oh,
It was a bit of a scuffed game anyway from the start.
Yeah, so that's basically a GG.
Oh, that alien versus human game that I streamed for like 2 hours. It got to the point the aliens just wanted to forfeit because it was their last nest. So I just spawned 50 siege tanks straight on top of it.
Yeah, there's failgun tanks incoming.
So. Alien versus human time? I mean, why not? Well, that'll be the next game. Yeah, because I don't know if you know, but when you use destroy to destroy everything to end the game, it can bug out for quite a few people. Like no HQ, unable to select things, unable to build in commander mode and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's honestly a bit strange because, I mean, there's nothing special that happens there, so I'll have to debug why that happens. I kind of suspect it might just be that because there's a massive amount of data that gets sent out at that point, that it could be that, but...
Yeah. Burrow crab action from the alien commander. True. Burrow time.
Alright, they're hitting the HQ, so this is over in a few minutes.
I'm here as a scout, so I'm just gonna relinquish myself and run away. I just seen how many tanks are pushing this heavy factory that I decided, you know what, I'm gonna run to this heavy factory. Well, I actually regret doing so now, so I'm just running away. There's a barracks coming up, but... Ooh, the GG man's here, is he? He is! Is a great game for person aspect. What's this? Warzone 2100. Warzone 2100. Why have I heard that before? I've literally heard that before. Oh. Oh, well, our tech's getting shot now, so... Oh, how's the tournament, by the way? I know there's a alien versus human tournament on as well. Are there any plans for teams enforcing and dedicated server support?
Say again?
Is there any plans for dedicated like server support and enforcing and stuff like that?
Yeah, most definitely. Like dedicated server support. Like I've written it in multiple places within about 1 or 2 months.
Law.
All right, so it seems we can no longer join the team. Sorry, we destroyed our HQ, so it's just literally about.
Isn't it spawning into your barracks now? Because we've got barracks just went down. I mean, it doesn't matter. There's a rail tank here. There's a bunch of just different stuff. So let the guy let the team bleed out or go for the barracks. Gives me time to catch up and chat anyway. Watching this, so. So the server's totally full at the moment, but I don't know if anyone will be leaving at the end of this game. Looks like we lost one already. So guys, if you want to jump in and there is room, it's like in Silica Sundays. And next we are doing Alien versus Human.
So Helion is asking, Dram, I wanted to ask you this question also. Do you consider adding some sort of veterancy rank to the units? Like in Red Alert and C&C, they rank up after some kill. Yes, that is planned. That is planned. It's less important right now, but most definitely will be added.
Who's that commander? Oh, it's not. It's a scout. Oh, he's got rinsed by a light quad. A light armored car, sorry. My balls and locker. Oh, my balls.
how appropriate that it should be as evening falls, we get destroyed.
Oh, my cat just appeared. I'm lost in the desert. Yes. Yeah, night battles are great. Oh, the explosion effects being added to the other buildings. That's a good question.
Oh yeah, I meant to do those like much earlier. Just I left it for now because I'm going to be doing a second pass over them. I've got like Debris models I want to be, you know, putting there and this kind of stuff. I want to like review it properly.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, because the silo explosion's insane when the silo detonates. It's like, whoa!
So speaking of which, how many units do we have up? Okay, you'd have to like turn on cheats, but
Units as in...
I'm wondering like because I'm getting pretty good performance, and I'm wondering how many units are on the enemy team.
Oh, right, I get you.
I mean, we have none, right?
So what do I press to have a look at that? I've just activated them, by the way, so I don't know if you can.
Okay. Alright, well, I'm not about to go counting them. Fair enough. I'd say it's not a massive unit count. I'd say it's about, what, 80, maybe 100, 200? Difficult to say. I mean, most FPS are being killed right now for just by the... Oh, you've...
Oh, sorry. I'll do it again.
Right, I'll just hide the health display.
There we go.
Yes, alright, got it.
The last refinery's about to go down. There we go.
Yep, congratulations, Sol.
Again. You dirty faction. Hurting us poor Centauris. Every time. We'll win a battle one day.
Yeah.
Oh my god, my phone's going absolutely ballistic. Oh, yeah. I paid $7.99 to Twitch. Great. Right, I'm turning cheats off before I end up spawning something I shouldn't spawn in. Right, okay, so alien, and you know why I'm the alien, because you know who I like to be. I like to be the boy, the hunter boy.
The hunter, yeah, I thought so. I'll join you. I'll join you. Otherwise, I'd have to be relatively silent. Scoreboard is all blue and green.
Here we go. We got an alien commander? I can't even tell if we have. Oh, we do. It's Eagle Hawk.
Yeah.
Eagle Hawk. And we have got room for 6, by the way, guys. Watch out, alien. Watch out, like the hunter. Oh, no.
Yeah. Your reputation precedes you.
I mean, I've got no bunkers to assassinate now, so I might just go harass people. I don't have a reason to assassinate those bunkers for expansion sources. Because that was my main tactic as a hunter player to start with, is to go after the bunkers straight away.
That's so true.
Now that I don't...
Yeah, I wonder how many people are unhappy with the bunkers being removed as a source of a building. But, I mean, the most interesting way to do it might be that you build a... what's it called? Outpost, and that can be converted into a HQ, maybe?
Hmm.
I don't know. I'll have to...
Oh, like, I know what you mean. Yeah, I know what you mean.
It's still some way to go, to say.
Let's catch them chat while I'm jogging around looking for Soul. Workshop support soon, so you can start making additions. It will come. Before release, I believe you said last time, wasn't it? Just like it'll be in its early phase.
Yeah, the plan is to add it before release, but okay, to the south, by the way.
Cool. I can turn around now.
So yeah, so the idea is to add it before release. Sorry about that, guys. It's before release, but yeah, like I could add workshop support right now, but the problem is that I'd have to obviously go and actually expose stuff, so which is the huge amount. It's basically a big amount of work, so
yeah,
a lot to do.
Yeah, you want to. When you say expose stuff, you mean stuff that may be hidden in game files that are not necessarily for public eye just yet.
Oh no! What I mean is like literally you have to go through and enable the editing of individual things. Make a way to.
Right, I got you. Yeah, I got you now. Yeah. So you basically you got to turn it on for each unit and each building and.
Yeah, precisely. Yeah, precisely. But it's not like turn on. You actually have to do the support for it.
Got you.
Because it's obviously not default supported.
Yeah, I got you. Well, hello there, Mr. Buggy. Yeah, you run away. You see me. Oh, he's like, oh god, I'm getting out of here.
Yeah. Spam.
Yeah, you...
Like these, what's it called? I'm right next to you.
Oh, you're an impaler.
Yeah.
Impaler.
I'm trying to impale him, but I'm not doing a very good job. Yeah, the impalers, like projectiles, probably need to be maybe slightly faster or
higher velocity,
or that they automatically compensate. So you only need to look at the target because the AI doesn't have a problem with aiming compensation. That might be the best way to do it, because that's what I've got done for the grenade launcher as well. Though it only compensates vertically, not horizontally.
Right. Okay. Got you. Okay. I like how I come along and the buggy just hightails it. So, oh no, he's coming for me. Run. He's trying to flank.
They know
and I've spotted him. They do. We're actually really close to each other as well. It's going to prove a nasty battle.
Shower him with teeth.
I'm dodging shots and
arms.
And looking at chat at the same time. Super weapons. Oh yes.
It's over here, man. Trying to hightail it around. He's just trying to lure you away so we can go back at our base.
Yeah, I know. I'm keeping an eye on him. I'm not letting him get anywhere near those shrimps.
Yeah. Oh, pardon me.
Will no change the environment? So I suppose like creep from StarCraft 2.
That's a good question. I mean, I did want it like originally to have like these tentacles spread around, but the problem is that it would be one, very visible. Two, would have a heavy impact on performance, and yeah, I think the second point kind of like outweighs the rest. But one way to do it is what the hell? All right, yeah. Never mind. Sorry, I just got completely lost in thought. Yeah, like the idea is to actually do a creep of some kind, but different to like what StarCraft has with like this biotic crap, but do it, for example, with these kind of like mushrooms.
Yeah. All right. Okay.
So it's a little bit less visible from a distance, but still like clearly shows you're in alien territory when you're in it. Obviously not mushrooms like mushrooms, but something that looks a bit like mushrooms.
Any updates on the crab cannon? I've kind of put that in everyone's head now, haven't I? About the crab cannon. Should make it like the retro car. You can spawn it in for fun. Like just a cannon that stores crabs. Just shoots them across the map.
Yeah.
The buggy.
I'm planning on doing more polls, or finally doing polls, because I've been delaying it mainly because right now I've been focused on performance and this kind of stuff. But
Yeah.
I do intend to get to like doing polls for like features people want most and this kind of stuff. And I really worry about putting the crab cannon. Because I can only imagine that would be like the highest, most desired in quotations feature.
I'm really not letting this buggy go past. Oh, that's funny. Chasing them down.
Yeah, good on you.
How you doing, Lewis? Should we ask questions? You can post them in here if you've got a question to quickly ask. That's absolutely fine. Yeah, absolutely fine. Like you've got a cheeky question.
You're doing FPS, so
Yeah, I can actually catch up on chat if I'm not in command. Then I can concentrate on chat a lot more. Obviously, I'm just keeping an eye on this buggy. It's really trying desperately to pass, but I'm just hot on his tail constantly. Movement speed for aliens, if there were to be added like a creep system. Because in StarCraft, the creep increased speed of the Zerg. Would that be a similar type of thing for the aliens?
No, I probably wouldn't have it that they would increase the speed. But what it would most likely do is heal. That would be or something of that kind of like.
Okay.
In that regard.
Crab cannon only available during special events. Only for Silica Sundays. There you go. The crab cannon.
AS109. Yes, that is on the list to do this coming week as well.
Oh, I've got two buggies now. I've got one coming to my south and one going straight to my east. Sorry, my west. No, it is my east. And I don't know my east from my west. I'm going to have to intercept this one, unfortunately. Instead of the one I've been chasing this whole entire time. Back to your base, you! Go, human. Yeah, that's what I thought. I've lost track of the other buggy, by the way. He's probably gone all the way north. Oh,
there are some soldiers heading our way, on foot, of all things.
Yes! Who's that impaler? Is that you? Really trying my best to hold these buggies away from the shrimp area. But there's a lot of stuff between this buggy and that buggy now, so I'm going to go towards the other one again. Let's have a look. Because I can see that one coming in.
I notice Luis Badano is asking, does Dram have any questions for the community? Yes, I do. First of all, like if the updates, if they are doing what they are intended to do, as in if the performance is better, as should be expected, and also what would be the number one thing you guys would consider like really painful right now?
Really painful.
Yeah, like what would be the number one thing you want, fixed? Just waited and waited. Yes, got there. I dug under and I was just waiting and waiting, and they eventually let me alone, of course.
Oh, the buggy's running again. He's running. He knows he sees me. He's like, oh no, he's back again. He's trying to get away, but the hill is slowing him down.
These are all players. Wow, look at that. All the players attacking that one buggy. Like the alien players. Oh, okay, we got a bit of an armada on that hill over there.
Yeah, my game just went, oh! When something just happened. I don't know what happened, but yeah. Oh, there's another quad coming. Aha! You've reached the end of your map, sir. Which means you are now subject to the alien called the Hunter.
Ah, okay. Hilly Dude says the most painful, at least for him, is the in-game chat last line cutoff. Yeah, I'll be fixing that tomorrow, basically.
They're teleporting in.
It is a big pain. Fix Harvesters says AS109. Performance.
Yeah, you run away. There's a
The
sniper
FPS
to my
portion,
left.
I would say feels a bit off at times for humans. Niladri Buia, sorry if I said that wrong. Could you elaborate more? Like, what you mean by the FPS portion? I would say feels a bit off at times. Like more specific, you know, like if it's like in the movement or the gunplay or whatever.
Not Harvester, sorry, that buggy I was after, which I had to try and stop, but I had to kill the sniper first. There's making his way towards the nest. But I think we're at a point where I'm not the only hunter anymore. Mr. Buggy, wherever you are. He's about to have a surprise because there's another hunter coming up to his back end. He's running away. Little does he know there's a second hunter on its way. He's running out of room. He is running out of room. Pile him, lads. Get him. But first I'm turning around because I just seen a teleporter go off, so... And he thinks he's being sneaky about it. I did spy it. Where's it to? Where's the little teleporting human? Wait, did he die? He's gone. What? Actually, I saw a teleporting orb coming, and whoever was there has literally either died or he's just disappeared. Huh.
Yeah, I'm reading what you're saying, Frostguard. Yeah, performance and quality of life. That was actually the I wanted to have it done by the end of like last week, in fact, but that's what I'll be focusing still on this coming week. Quality of life being, of course, for commanders as well as, of course, for FPS, because pinging is just sorely missing. You know, name tags and this kind of stuff. We've got it all written down. You know, vote kick and this kind of stuff. So these are really important things, which I do definitely agree with.
And we make a poll? In what regards? Hold on, let me have a look. Seeing if there was a scorpion around. I don't see any. Oh my god, yeah. I've become a 20 frame gamer, and that's because the sheer amount of crabs and impalers just got sent all at once. I'm now computing their movements.
That's interesting. Well, I mean, that's positive that on like the client end, it's much better.
Yeah,
It's not as slow as it used to be, so that's good.
that's
Still a
the
long way to go.
That was the infantry change, wasn't it? That counted for because what would you so vehicles greater anything comes out of the greater spawning pit, is that classed as a vehicle, or is that still classed as infantry for aliens?
It's not like that. I mean, like it's infantry. It was very specifically to the infantry themselves.
Right. Okay.
The object.
The object of infantry themselves.
Yeah. While like for the aliens, they all use the same controller. So literally, a Goliath takes pretty much just the same performance as a crab.
Right, got you. Right, I got you. Yeah. It's the same. Yeah. Because I assume that the humans technically are more complex because of their what they can do.
Yeah, precisely.
How you doing, Curly? Any chance that the commander can zoom out a little more? Feels kind of claustrophobic.
Yeah, I'll be looking at that. I mean, that one I consider just slightly less important than like the other quality of life stuff, like harvester is under attack, base is under attack, and all this kind of stuff. So like from that regard, I do consider it slightly less important, but important nonetheless. I mean, there's still a ton which needs to be done. I would consider this game like anywhere nearing completion.
Accuracy for heavy's first shot would be I suppose like their first salvo versus their third.
Yeah, that's actually a slight bug because what happens is they do lead the target, right? The rocket leads the target where it's meant to be, but it doesn't take into account the launch time. So I have to take that into account. So it's just a bug, basically.
Okay. Running animations, reload animations, secondary weapons. Hold on, I was reading that. I had to switch. Perhaps less weapon spread and more recoil to compensate. Oh, for frames, not for frames per second. Sorry, for first-person shooter. That's what you meant by that.
Mm-hmm.
Running animations, reload animations. Oh, right. I know what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah, like the reload. I mean, there is no reload animation, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, literally just using something like placeholder, just so you can see that something's happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously, all that kind of stuff needs to be done as well. Like, I mean, I would consider it less important than things like performance, and so on. But of course, it's not like it's going to be left out. It definitely will be handled.
I just realised how much I had to leave my shot there because I'm sitting at 10 frames again.
Oh, wow.
But I do believe it is just because of sheer mass where I currently am. Because if I look over this crest, do you see how much is going on?
Okay. True, still, I mean... surprising. I mean, I'm getting 30 FPS, which is, well, it's positive.
Mm-hmm.
But...
is that a host thing, maybe? Because I'm like... I assume the PC is client-siding all of this that's happening off a single thread.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's not just a single thread. Like there's a multitude of what's happening there. But I mean, I would say that's a positive result that the clients get much better FPS because they still have an FPS problem with FPS being frames per second, of course, not first-person shooter.
Yeah.
They still get an FPS problem with when like they're actually synchronizing the units, like when they're extrapolating the movement of the units and this kind of stuff. Wow, how come it's that bad? That's very surprising. I mean, how many units are there?
Oh, well, I'm talking... it's probably excess of 30, 40 units. Maybe more. They're pumping out quite quickly. Like, just from...
like, in base or
in base, and then there's another 30 or 40 in their base. And then how many shrimps as well? I think there's like 50 shrimps or something that I've spotted going back and forth.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to put some like debug stuff so you can just at least see how many units are being like are currently actually like in the game. What type? Obviously with cheats, because otherwise people just abuse it.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, there's a lot going down there.
Yeah, but still, I mean, 10 FPS. But I mean, it's positive. I'm getting 30. That's a positive sign.
That's really good if you're getting 30.
So the AI seems to be eating a lot of performance then. Looks like the targeting system, I imagine. Yeah,
there's got to be like 20 to 30 impalers alone coming in this charge. And then there's crabs with them as well. Got Goliath there. I just seen a scorpion walk off there with a hunter. And there's more Goliaths now coming. They've got a massive train of shrimps to the far northeast as well. It's not too bad. Like the last game with the humans, I was sitting about 20 to 30 as everything was getting mad, which is to be honest with you, it's absolutely fine. I kind of half expect it with the aliens when I'm hosting, so I kind of know like
Yeah.
what to expect. But the real test, I suppose, would be all three.
Yeah, precisely. Oh man. Well, it's progressing. I mean, it's progressing at a slower pace than I would like. But that's because you have to like do a lot of things at the same time. If I could just literally just focus on performance, it would be much easier.
Trying to nail this quad at range. He's trying to go for the main base by the looks of things.
I'm not sure if we've talked about this, Lycan, but might as well use the opportunity now. Like the plan for alien fast travel will be these like nodes that you kind of like. Did we talk about this or not?
I think we did, yeah. They're like little spore pods that open up on the ground. Is that right? And then they'll let like the creatures out basically from that point.
Yeah, basically something like that. Yeah. It'll be again only for players.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, you wouldn't want like a whole army of AI just go through a single pod.
Yeah, precisely. It would look one ridiculous, and two, it would kind of kill the RTS element.
Yeah, that's understandable.
Oh, I'm noticing Formand is writing, Dram, if you haven't already, you can move a lot of raycasting, etc. to the job system with great effect. I had a prototype running with 5,000 projectiles, all raycasting at 60 FPS. Very powerful. Yeah, I am most definitely going to be investing a lot of time looking into that. Well, the main thing is what I want to move there is the unit logic as much as I can, and most importantly the AI logic, because that of course is it's a lot of this stuff is really what's it called, single-threaded right now, just mainly because I didn't get to look. The job system when I started this project was just not ready for use, so I just left it. And I have to get back to it.
I did just spy a question.
Sorry?
Oh, sorry. Carry on.
No, go on. I was just going to say that the projectiles are like actually not all that much of a problem. Like when I profiled them with 200 light soldiers shooting projectiles at the same time, projectiles made up only like 10% of the actual hit.
Any plans to increase the light and heavy armored cars, their speed?
True, they could maybe use a bit more of a boost. But what I'd probably be going more for is like slowing down the tech progression. Like not slowing it down ridiculously, of course, but changing the way the tech progression works. Because right now you progress through the tech quite quickly, right?
Yeah.
We're just attacking this harvester to.
Yeah, I'm trying to shut this harvester down.
Look, yeah, I'm
trying to shut him down.
Take it down. Oh,
yeah, because
scout is on top.
You get to a point that you go to attack and then just instantly you're into hover tank territory and you kind of like skip the light and heavy armored cars at that point.
Yeah, precisely, and that's the thing. It's like if I made the light armored car too fast, then it would be very difficult to actually chase down. That's one of my concerns.
Right.
There we go. Took down another.
Did he get off? He did get off. Oh, he's dead. Yeah.
But then I just took him down. Poor guy.
He's like, yo, Krabby, get away from my Harvey. It's like, nope.
Yeah. But yeah, like I think they could use a bit of a speed boost. They are quite slow right now. That's true. I mean, I did actually like those various reasons for like the unit speeds. I think it's important to note that a lot of the holy cow, a lot of the unit speeds were set up. Okay, rocket launcher finished me off. A lot of the simply it is low time. I guess long time for humans to get resources in comparison to alien nodes spawning.
Thanks for the sub, Ivan. Welcome.
Already notified. Yeah. Like the harvesters, when they work well, they can get resources in quite quickly. That's when they work well. When they don't work well, it's a pain.
Yeah.
But also, like, I think the aliens get their resources way too fast as well. Like, they fly through the tech tree.
Oh yeah, yeah. When you've got all those shrimps and they're just depositing, and they kind of like eat through those biopools quite quickly as well. They
Yeah,
just chomp
exactly.
straight through them, and you're like, whoa. Wait, is that dead? I can't tell if that rocket launch is dead or not. I think it is. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, Frankenheart. Yeah, that's true. Like late game updates to the units. I mean, in general, I can imagine a lot of like upgrades. Sorry, I can imagine a lot of upgrades, like individual upgrades, which should improve the units in general. Um, because there is, right now we're just with this tech system. It is extremely basic. You fly through the tech tree, and basically at Tech 4 you automatically get the siege tank. So yeah, still a lot of changes that have to happen in that regard too.
Make sure I haven't missed anybody. Or anyone got a question for moi? I mean, let's be honest, nobody's got a question for me. Painful TP play against Galahad as alien commander. Oh yes, good old Galahad and his alien shenanigans.
He's really good at that.
Oh, optics for vehicles. Like
Yes. Planned, most definitely planned. It's like it's less important than performance. I mean, I'm literally going
yeah, true.
by stuff that's just most important first. Because I
Yeah.
mean, even like the shortcuts and the quality of life stuff. It's like I think it was T1000 that mentioned in the Discord, like, why is that kind of stuff not in there when it's a basic part of an RTS? Well, because it's been extremely difficult to even get this far. So that stuff is ironically the easy part, and I'm not joking when I say that. Like doing like this, the quality of life stuff for the commander is literally very easy to do. It's just time consuming, so that's why I've avoided doing it.
We've
Not
got a
because,
battle
I consider
harvester.
it not important. It's incredibly important, but just because there is definitely more important stuff for now.
Right, let's finish off this refinery. I know some AI units follow me around. Can you explain how it works?
Okay, so what happened is, yeah, because the game is pretty much over, so I might as well answer. The way it works is, if there's an AI commander, it'll assign all these units into groups, right? And when it sends the group, you as a player are automatically the leader of the group because you got the highest like rating in the group. And so they follow you around because you get orders, but you don't see them because the AI commander doesn't like it gives you orders, but you don't see them because they're not important, right? I will be changing this in the future anyway, but nonetheless, so you get an order to go somewhere, and the little AI crabs, they follow you around because you're the leader. So it's expected of you to go where it's needed, but they follow you around. So more importantly, this is what should be obviously part of uh, the human command, or like a player commander should be able to do that as well. Assign units to you, and then you should be able to command them around. So this is just not, this will take a little while to do as well. We're going a three-way, are we?
Yeah, I'm gonna go for it. Give the guys a freeway. And then back to human v human. So we've got
Thanks, Frankenheart.
we've got Mr. INQ Wiper as Centauri. We've got T1000 as the Soul Commander, and Eagle Hawk as the Alien Commander. So I almost ended up killing myself jumping off that, but I can finally be FPS again. Yay!
So Das Institute, or Das Institut, Hadram, the main weapon of the aliens is their claws, but they often can't reach or pursue the humans. Will they maybe get a way to slow the human vehicles down? That's a good point. I think that the leap should kind of have a faster movement. That will help a lot, so that ensuring that with a leap you can kind of catch up to the units. Or maybe upgrades for the aliens. With Tech 2, you'd get I forgot what it was, Beta 2, for the aliens. You would get slightly faster units and so on. That would probably be the way I'd be looking to kind of like handle that. So at beginning they're a little bit slower, but they'll be faster and so on. Hellion, this time I'm hunting Udram. I'm waiting for our second encounter with the rocket launcher battle. Rest in peace, Soul.
Oh, come on, man. I just joined Soul for the...
Man, to be fair, I was about to join Centauri, but... Okay, so the aliens don't... Okay, the aliens have the least players, so I'm gonna have to go alien then. Very.
Actually, how many Soul have we got? A few. Okay, I think T1000's got his commander fixed. Let's see a refinery going down, which is good. Soul spawned like center map as well, which is just amazing.
Yes, Hellion. I will be a crab this time. And well.
Are you sure my server will handle 500 units? Oh yeah, it will handle it. I just won't be able to handle it.
You will eventually.
I will eventually, yeah.
Like that's literally the baseline I'm going with, where it's 200 light. Like when I'm testing the performance, it's 200 light soldiers versus 300 crabs, basically.
Yeah, yeah. So my cat's just around my legs. Dear of him. You boy. Eh? The old Rocky boy. But yeah, I know when I go three-way, it gets to a point, if it goes far enough, like if everyone starts building up and then no one's died and, we haven't lost loads of buildings, I'll probably have to go into spectator view, because it'll get to a point where I just won't be able to play properly. That's fine. Like it's all going to be improved anyway. So it's
yeah. Like I mean, it has to be able to support that,
Yeah. And I'm fine with it anyway, as long as everyone else has fun and they've got everything's relatively okay with them. Then it's absolutely fine. I don't mind.
Well, I mean, that's like what's quite positive is I've noticed the performance has significantly improved on the client's end. So that's great.
Yes. Yeah.
So the host is the poor guy.
Yeah, it's me. I'll let someone else host next time. Oh no, I'm having a fight with a player impaler, and I've got my cat on my keyboard at the same time. Oh no. And I flipped my quad. Rocky, please.
Okay, so Mr. Cadid 2 is asking, I have a question, Dram. How are you planning, I assume, to reduce the accuracy that AIs can do? Because they can always hit you no matter how far you are. Yeah, so the important thing about AI is that getting them so they can hit you like a laser is the first step. That's the most difficult step by a long shot. Giving them inaccuracy is very easy to do. Now, right now, the way I've done is that they have like a slight offset, just a spread, their own additional spread on top of the current spread that they have. But that's of course crap, because the railgun tank can't have a massive spread, otherwise it's completely useless. The way it should work is that they should have a simulated target tracking, like where
Whoa!
they're trying to... What the hell happened there? Is that you flying through the... Okay, I'm going right after you. You probably explode on impact. Yeah.
Yeah. I jumped out at the last moment. Oh my god.
Oh, kill Lycan.
Oh,
yes. Oh, he did. Sorry, man.
I went so far into the sky. I ran over an impaler, that's what happened. And he like hit me at the same time, and it must have thrown me into the sky.
Yeah. I forgot what I was saying, actually. That was quite funny. Oh, yes. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be adding, like, where they overcompensate the aiming, undercompensate the aiming, and so on. And when they gain veterancy, they'll actually, like, that offset will decrease. Hellion is asking, another question, Dram. Are you planning to add some sort of repair heal mechanic, for example, an engineer? Yes, most definitely. I'm just not 100% decided if it will be an infantry soldier, which there probably should be, because it would be quite fun running around as an engineer. But it would probably be like a dual purpose. It wouldn't be just healing, like repairing, but it'll be also, for example, like being able to build battlements and this kind of stuff. This is one thing which I do want to add, which I might as well say now, is I want to have it so that one of the things that you can do at the beginning of the match is set up defenses. Not like at first not to set defensive turrets, but definitely like walls and small walls and sandbags and these kind of things, which you can use to kind of like defend points better. Aliens would have like kind of like these blobs they can they can put there, so it will create better defensive points, and you'll be able to upgrade those points with like machine guns and stuff. So there'll be something exclusively to the players. So that should make the it should still make it so that if an RTS commander comes with a huge overwhelming army, then the defenses don't stand all much of a chance. But in an even battle, those defenses should make a big difference. Basically adding construction to the players. Like I wanted to do this ages ago, but it just makes even more sense now. Seeing like it's the beginning of the game is a kind of part where it's like I can imagine around the base. It's like, all right, guys, set up a watch tower or something like that here.
Ah, yes. We'd love to see it.
Was that to me or?
Have a look at my stream quickly. You'll see why I say you'd love to see it.
No.
It's not the harvester. It's because the way it's built, it's on a ramp, and then there's like a sand dune ramp right next to it as well. So it's kind of like caught it like this. Right. This enemy's here. Oh, it's a crab. Oh, it's a crab. Yes.
I mentioned I hate the harvesters. I regret doing them that big. But, they are that big. I'm not going to change it. We'll have to make them work.
I think that harvester could be moved out of position, though. It's just a matter of, there's a hunter on our base, on our silo. I reckon that harvester can get fixed. Let me see if I can give it a go. I think the guys are trying to get in, but the ramp falls like into this crevasse, so it's gonna... I don't think you'll be able to reach it. Right. Reach the ramp. I'll give it a go, though. I'll go for running jump.
I was going to watch the stream to see that happen. Oh, you can do that. Come on. You can do it.
Need a buggy.
Okay, never mind.
Buggy. Buggy? Use a buggy as a bit of leverage.
Yeah, this is the thing. It's like these kind of issues are the things that need to be fixed the most. Obviously, performance first. Because if it runs like crap, then doing even that kind of a fixing maneuver is just extremely painful. So performance first, then the harvesters. They do need to work flawlessly. In that kind of a situation, because ultimately, because everything is physics based, so those kind of situations can never truly be 100% alleviated, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like completely removed. So in those kind of edge cases, the harvester needs to do something special to get out of it. Like cheat, like switch gravity off and just kind of like. Or like reduce gravity, push itself backwards or something like that, which the way it wants to go.
I'm just thinking, technically, couldn't T1000 tell this harvester to teleport in because it's having issues on the refinery?
Well, you can't tell it to like teleport in. If he gives it like go back to the refinery, then if it considers itself stuck, it will teleport, which most likely will happen.
I'm in now anyway. So
yeah, cool.
I am now the human harvester. Right. Wonder how easy it's going to get this unstuck. I don't think it's going to be very easy. Unless I use the... Maybe I have to damage the refinery a little bit. Use the scoops as kind of like leverage. Oh, it wasn't hard at all. It wasn't even full either. I think it was just bugged from the very start, trying to get out of the refinery. What was that? Oh. The silo exploded.
Did you hear a boom?
Yeah, that's the silo exploded. Our silo.
Yeah, that was the one I was shooting at. But I didn't kill it. I'm not the one. There was another impaler on top of it that killed it. I wish I could claim responsibility.
Right. T1000 I've secured and I've saved your second harvester, so I'm gonna utilize it for a minute. Whilst the guys try and defend. I'm gonna get you some money. Let's have a look. What have we missed? Fly boy fly. Great. Everyone see my flying antics with an impaler. So there are air units in the game. Yeah, I don't know if you've seen it a second ago. I was stood outside our HQ and there was two groups of 3 scouts, and one of them was floating in the air. In their group of 3. Planet 2 side with its crafting system and the anti-vehicle. There we could use the unused light transport as a small logistics vehicle that could be used as by the engineer to craft. Just trying to think. I can't remember what the vehicle did in PlanetSide 2. God, it's been so long since I played PlanetSide 2. I think the last time I played it was actually on PlayStation as well, which is quite funny. Hello, Matika. Welcome. Hello, John. Hello. What vehicle? It was the engineer one that you can use to craft. There's a patch of Bolterium there. Oh, the ant for construction, yeah. Oh, that yeah, I know what you mean now. Yeah, I know what you mean. That would actually be a very good point, Martin.
Yeah, sorry.
The way to expand using a vehicle that will deploy into a
like an MCV, mobile construction vehicle.
Yeah, but deploy into like the outpost building, and then that could be used as an expansion point. For example, like the unarmed transport or something could be used.
True. That could be interesting. That rather than being able to build an outpost, at far distance. Yeah, that is interesting.
So you drive it there, and then you tell it to deploy, and then it would deploy into the outpost instead.
That is significantly more interesting. That's true. That would require you to build a a light vehicle factory.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess that doesn't matter. Yeah, that does not sound bad at all, actually. I will steal that idea. I like that idea.
I just say, would the old harvester make a better looking, like, outpost deploying like MCV?
Possibly. The problem with that old harvester is its textures aren't particularly great. It's lacking a lot of detail. But if it was smaller, it could work better. That's true. What I was actually thinking of using, like when you guys mentioned that, was the old transport, like the troop transport, because it's currently called that, but it's not actually going to be used. So it could be that vehicle, for example.
Okay. Frank is like, yeah, I helped.
Well, I mean that's the point of early access. You want feedback and ideas from you guys, because otherwise, you just have to come up with it on your own. And that was one thing. Like, a lot of people say, oh, this game went way too early into early access. But I mean, to be fair, it's like, if I had gone earlier, I guess I'm just gonna kill this scout. There we go, scout dead, and I'm probably gonna die. Yeah.
I understand why AI have so much issue with this bit right now. Me trying to get in is a struggle. There, I'm in. Oh. Oh yeah, what were you saying?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, so sorry. So the idea is like, the whole idea is to have play feedback as early as possible, where main foundational changes are still possible, because otherwise it just becomes, everything becomes locked in, and you just can't change it drastically. A lot of games come out in early access which they're essentially internally almost ready to go, and it's just about like ensuring that there's no minor bugs and all this kind of stuff. But here the idea was literally to get player feedback and adjust the game accordingly. You know. Of course, I mean it's always a risk, right? Because you kind of expose your fan base, so to speak, to a work in progress game, which is not
Yeah.
always the best.
But I can understand with a game like this, because there's a lot of there'll be a lot of people, like players, coming in from all different angles of the RTS FPS like genre, like PlanetSide 2 as well, which is technically, I mean, people probably gonna be disagreeing with me here, but PlanetSide 2 is more like a MOBA FPS with like a mass scale Battlefield style to it. But it is technically still it is like a MOBA in that sense, but it's just on a massive scale. And having those guys in as well, like for example, I wouldn't have thought of like recycling, say, a unit that may not be intended for use to turn into a construction vehicle for an outpost. Like that's something it's in like Command and Conquer and stuff, but it's something I kind of like overlooked. But it does make sense if you think about it that way, and it's great seeing like players from all different angles and all different aspects of any like all the gaming areas coming in and just saying, look, this would be a good idea, and it could be like incorporated. I'm being shot by what seems to be a scorpion or a sniper. It is a scorpion, right? Scorpion. You want to go? You want to go for some?
Yeah, precisely. I mean, because look, the important thing is, I mean, I'm hiding as a crab, so I can't. There's a rifleman right in front of me. I can't jump out. That's the thing. It's like you're doing like the foundations are there for like the most important basic foundations to make the game work and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But for example, if it didn't come out in early access, then most likely there would have been a very strong unit cap to keep it to about 100 or 200 units tops. And it would have been a very different game, quite frankly. You know?
Yeah.
And apart from that, there's like a lot of ideas that have come during early access, which just otherwise would not have been mentioned. You know. Oh, this rifleman. Let's see. It's a battle of who gets bored first.
I just seen chat. Did we lose our research facility by any chance? I hope we didn't, because I just seen there's another one being constructed, which is like a massive setback, like probably game losing setback.
So tell me, oh yeah, you are Soul. All right, yeah, you guys are being really attacked by us. Fair enough.
Yeah.
What's your FPS like, by the way?
8 frames per second. And
Fair enough.
now at 10. I knew it was happening. I did say the 3-way.
I got 25 until I look at like in a direction where there's everything, and then it goes down to like 20.
Yeah, and I'm sat in the harvester as well, so it's not like I'm in like the front line or anything. So I'm just chilling back a base because I knew it was going to happen. So I thought, you know what, why not? And I might actually have to go into battle mode because there's a bunch of scorpions coming in, and I might just have to try and chew them up, you know. Oh no, we got 2 tech down. Capturing enemy bases like points in Star Wars Battlefront. In Dune 2, you'd capture a vehicle factory as Atreides, and you can make Devastators. So if for example, if you're saying if you captured a Soul Heavy factory, you can start producing hover tanks to Centauri eventually.
That would be interesting. But the only problem is, of course, you know, how to do the capturing, because it is. Sorry, I'm just engaging a rifleman over here.
What am I stuck? Oh my god, I'm doing the classical getting stuck on the stand dune as a harvester spinning around almost. Yeah, we're not looking good here for Soul. Oh, right, well they got a forward bleed nest. I've just spotted it. Right to ourselves, so yeah, this could be a GG's for Soul. There's 5-6 scorpions pushing Soul at the moment, which is unfortunate.
Oh well, unfortunate. I guess it depends for who.
Yeah. Question. Do you have
Maybe,
another question for the community?
sorry?
A question for you. Do you have another question for the community?
Oh, well, I mean, if people enjoy the game, I mean, it would be a kind of a general question. But I have noticed, like, to be perfectly open and honest, I have noticed that the player count has gone down, which I would kind of attribute to the main problems of the game. So these need to be dealt with in general. I mean, that would be one of my questions of like, what would, for example, uh, uh, make people leave the game? Not that I'm trying to keep everyone in, of course, because for example, I still want to try out Starship Troopers Extermination. Haven't had a chance to try that out yet.
Mm-hmm.
I want to play Planet of Lana. And I have like another 70 or 80 games which are waiting in my to playlist, which I will most likely not be able to play in the near future. But most importantly, like, is it just like that people get bored with it a little bit, and then time passes and they come back, as is the usual case. For example, I'll play Counter-Strike Go for a little while, and then I'll stop playing it for quite some time and come back to it again. Or is it literally, it's like, oh, I don't want to play this because the issues that are currently in there and so on. Because obviously one is more like, one is worse than the other, obviously. How was that? Oh, silo. Okay.
Another silo exploded. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very dramatic when a silo explodes.
Go on, Scorpion. You want some? Yeah, you try and chew up my buckets. He's actually riding my buckets now. Is he dead? No, he's not dead. I'm being a battle harvester, and I'm not sure if it's working or not, but I'm probably going to die, so I'm getting absolutely smashed. Yeah, no. I tried to be the battle harvester, and my wheels are now... I'm getting tagged from all sorts, so... I might have to free cam this, because I'm sitting at about 5 frames.
Yeah. See, I would consider that the worst kind of stuff.
Yeah, I'll go free cam.
Yeah, performance would be the main thing. Yeah. I notice. I love your game, but don't have time to play it. Work around house. Yeah, that's a fair enough one. I mean, and it's everything's fair enough, of course. But that's a you can't do anything about that, of course. Performance is the main problem, and offline it's really hard to lose. Yeah, so combination of basically performance and AI, that definitely makes sense. And I know I think it was T1000 was mentioning the like on Discord, on Discord, the that one of the biggest pains for, at least for him, is a lack of quality of life features for the commander.
Yes, I know what he means by that. Like,
it can get really grinding. I can definitely understand that. Like even when I'm playing as commander, yeah, exactly. It's like you're flying around, like updating yourself non-stop on what's going on instead of being updated.
Yeah, like yeah. I suppose it all comes down to like having you're starting like the placement changes. Like you've already brought in the amber placement. If you could like place a build in there, but there's a player in the way or a AI in the way, then it'll kind of like notify you that. And then you want to introduce the grid system as well, which helps with like identifying where you can place buildings and where you can't.
Yeah, precisely.
And then unit barks and what would you call it? Your commander AI, I suppose, which is the one that speaks to you when you're building, when you're like under attack by something, or your harvester's under attack, and it would like notify you that. Like,
oh, yeah, like the kind of like the warning.
Yeah,
like harvester under attack, units are under attack, and so on. Like literally the basic stuff that was in Dune 2, even at that minimal level would be extremely welcome, because right now you don't know, a crab gets onto your harvester, you don't know about it. It's very, very painful.
And like when the silo is actually needed, and because at the moment, is there like a limit on like does a refinery have a specific storage capacity?
It does. It most certainly does, though it's quite high, so you don't really need a silo all that often. But the reality is, like, I know a lot of people mentioned it before, that if you're playing Commander and you've got spare resources, you're doing a bad job.
Yeah.
But, I kind of did it automatically, like I added a silo automatically because it just felt correct. And inadvertently, I created something which people use as as the human node system.
Just seeing this poor heavy quad mounting this other one as they try to drive off, and they've just got themselves stuck on each other. Oh my god, these quads.
Okay, so Sly Unit is saying, Dram, will it be possible to give the AI commander commands as a player infantry? Most likely in single player, yes. So you will be able to kind of like... I'm not 100% certain. That would come much later, to be honest. Because the whole idea is like, if you're giving the AI commander commands, you're doing the commander's job partially, to a degree, right? So I'd be more inclined, like, definitely not for now. The most important thing is to get it, like, get the AI commander capable of actually handling the battle,
Yeah. What is going on with Centauri? I just looked at the map and I've just seen like a million silos. Just like, what?
Yeah, I think it's like early warning system. I mean, I have no idea why they did that. I guess it's like stuff to hide behind for the infantry. It's like a minefield without the explosions.
I think, just looking at the refinery placement, I think they said expansion. Like, they're expanding for Bolterium.
Like, I noticed Frostguard is saying would like personality, like unit personality as well, like voice lines for unit selection. Game feels so quiet. Most definitely, I think that's one which really does not help the what's it called, the immersion of the game. Like when you're like running around just as an FPS person, you hear nothing. It's all silent. And that really kind of like kills the feeling of being part of an army and this kind of stuff. You just get like a command where to go and what to do, but you don't really kind of hear that or anything like that. So that really needs to change as well. And it's not that difficult to do voice lines for the infantry. It's just that because there's such a, like, in fact, those are the really simple things to do. So I definitely need to do those, of course. Starting off with, of course, Harvester is under attack, base is under attack, and all this kind of stuff.
Some productive FPS players do get bored and would be to change the outpost crafting. Oh, I've already done that one. Oh yeah, fusing all the waypoints into one thick line. So if you command an army to move, instead of doing individual waypoints, like transfer into just a single line.
Most definitely. I mean, right now what happens is, or what should happen, is when you... Goliath. Scorpion. Can't take the Goliath. What right now happens is when you take control... Sorry. Okay. I'm concentrating half on the game, half on the chat. I'm concentrating on the chat. So what happens is when you select a group of units as a human commander, and you send them somewhere, right now they're all sent literally as individual units. What should happen is they become a group, just like the AI commander does when he sends his units. And when they're sent as groups, they should, have a kind of like a common leader, and of course have a common base movement line, and then of course you'd have all of them trying to stick in some form of like in some sort of formation and this kind of stuff. So there should only really be one line for like the massive thing. Although it looks cool seeing the line of each individual unit, the reality is that's actually a huge network resource hog, because it has to actually synchronize. What's it called? It has to synchronize every single one of those units' lines. And though it sounds simple, because you can play as commander despite being a client, all of that stuff has to be synchronized to you, so you know exactly where the unit is heading. So it actually means a ton of data that needs to be sent. So yeah, most definitely that will be a big difference, like in a network upload rate once that changes. I noticed before, give me a second, I'm just gonna bring it up. Oh yeah, T1000 is saying, Dram, after bunkers build removal, the only way to expand is silos. Yeah. The expansion should of course be done with the outpost, which should be built significantly far away from the base. So whether the silos will be, sorry, whether the outpost will be built via some vehicle, which transforms into a bunker outpost, or if you'll be able to build them yourself, just like far away. Not 100% certain on that, but I'm more leaning towards the going line of basically using the vehicle. It's a bit more interesting. It's it's kind of more consistent that the region has to be reachable to a degree and this kind of stuff, and it would mean that you kind of like drive to some place, deploy the outpost, and then the outpost for a reasonable price could be upgraded to a HQ, because right now you could just build another HQ and it shouldn't work like that.
Just watching Soul getting finished off, and now the FPS is starting to go up. I might have to just jump over to Centauri. That Goliath's annihilating that. I've still got a Harvester there out in the sunset.
This poor scout running away. There's like one scout, he like a Soul scout, poor guy.
I see him
running
actually.
away from
Look at
everything.
him. And there's a Scorpion coming. Is that you and the Scorpion?
That's me. That's me. Oh, poor guy. He's dead.
He actually folded. In about 20. I wonder if that's going to be enough. Let's have a look. Right. Centauri. Oh god, I think I've killed myself already. Oh no, I haven't. I'm good. I jumped straight over the top of the HQ. And straight over the top and and onto the floor. I thought I was going to kill myself from the drop. But I'm relatively good. Oh yeah, so Centauri is looking very beefy right now with all their silos and tanks. Funny enough, they were right next to the aliens as well.
Yeah, T1000 was saying that this spawn had a lot of problems with the dunes and all this kind of stuff for building placement. Yeah, definitely I'll have to revise a lot of these areas where you start to ensure that building placement is much more fluid. I would really like to. I would prefer to adjust the building placement itself to make sure it is possible to place these buildings, in a much better, rather than adjust the starting positions themselves, so that it's much easier to create the starting positions. But I think in this case I will have to kind of flatten the terrain more, because especially the refineries, those problems just wouldn't occur if, or they have one more refinery and they have a harvester. Talk about Soul.
So the rewards for doing things, it will be a thing in game. You have personal resources for individual players, and they're able to buy a marksman. They become a marksman, or become a heavy, or become a commando. And then we also explored the aspect about being able to purchase a vehicle that will just come straight from that player's resource. But obviously it'll be a lot more because it is a vehicle and it won't cost Bolterium to produce. Someone's asking in chat about more obeying commands that the commander sets you. Gives them rewards basically. And
right, yes. That stuff I've left for now purely because you can't buy vehicles just yet. But yeah, the idea is to once personal resources are introduced, that listening to the commander will give you, of course. Oh, what the hell is that? Sorry, I just got sidetracked by the game itself. That the personal resources should, of course, be acquired by following the tasks of your commander and destroying units, of course, as well as other things. Harvesting, for example, should give you personal resources.
And what about nominations for a commander? So, for example, in Squad or Hell Let Loose or other games in that kind of style, if you wanted to become a commander, you would have to put yourself up for nomination, and then your teammates would then vote to say yes you, or if there's another nomination, to vote for them instead. How would you feel about that? Mostly for public servers rather than for the dedicated servers or the ranked servers, for example. Over
Jesus. Scorpion versus Hover tank, unpleasant as crap. Or I'm a shit scorpion. That's also possible. Sorry. Yes. So vote commander. True. That is an interesting way to do things. The thing is, like, it would have to be there'd have to be some way of expressing interest for the role, and then voting for it, and that would require a much longer time before the round starts. Sure, but I mean, it is definitely possible. Why not? I mean, it could be a thing which occurs once there are more than, for example, 5 players on the team.
And like something you could probably switch on and off. Like, for example, in a ranked server, I don't know if matchmaking, you could do like solo matchmaking or something for ranked, and then it would put you into a team, and then that's when you could like activate nomination for commander.
Well, I mean, look, the thing is, I don't think really nomination would help all that much, right? Because the reality is, I mean, right now, what I'd say is missing more is kind of like a. Let me think. It's difficult to say, right? Because if, for example, you had like that you have to vote a commander in, right? Then oh wow, oh right. Sorry, give me a sec. I'll get back to that question in a second. There's literally a hover tank behind me which needs to be killed.
I've just seen where that hover tank is as well.
You lower the range of that minigun. You cannot attack a hover tank with the crab.
Performance issues dealing with right now. I can actually answer that. It's the building shader, I think, is the answer to that one. There's a.
It makes a significant impact. There's more than just that. There's more than just that.
It'll be in the beta
right
branch
now,
next week. So
yeah, once there's a lot of units on like that exist, then what has a big impact also is what's it called? Oh, for fuck's sake! What has a big impact is what's it called? The actual drawing of the units and vehicles and all this kind of stuff on the map in the bottom left as FPS. It's ironic because they're not visible on it, which is exactly the point. They're not occluded as they should be, so they're drawn there, making it really performance intensive. It's silly, and it will be changed, of course. So that takes up about what, good 40% of the after the building construction fix. That takes up about 40% of performance when there's a lot of units. So I mean, I've been focusing on improving the performance when there's a ton of units. So how can you help Lewinsky? Yeah, okay, so question, Dram, how can we help you investigating performance-related issues? And what performance issue are you dealing with right now or were? All right, so what I was dealing with, I'll start off with that, was the heavy performance impact of the construction sites, the human construction sites, not the alien ones, but the human construction sites. Because what was happening was, if you have, for example, you know how you can see a square of like that grid crisscross stuff, and it kind of like fades in with this special effect. Each of those had to have a separate material for it, right? I mean, it just instanced them, like duplicated them, of course, with each thing. And the thing is that really, obviously, you know, when you have, for example, the ultra heavy vehicle factory, that one had like well over 100. So it meant, you know, over 100 draw calls just for that one construction site. So what I've had to do is I've gone and made a shader for that. To do the same thing. So it was much more complicated than I initially hoped for, but nonetheless, it only took, 2 days, so it's not that bad. And basically, I did a shader for that, where it does it all in one pass, as one draw call. By the way, Lycan, I'm not sure if you're talking at all or not.
No, I'm not.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so it does it all in one pass, and thanks to that, it's really cheap. Because otherwise, the things themselves are only a few planes. They're very simple. So that reduced a massive performance hit significantly. So now I'm basically focusing on you know, the map. That one should be really simple to fix. So I'll be doing that on Monday morning, ideally, and then I'll just do another profile. The way I'm doing it is I basically, you know, I mentioned it before, but I spawned 200 soldiers and 300 crabs or so. and I just profile what's taking up the most time, and I try and like reduce what I can. But the biggest difference will come in future when I actually introduce the job system and the burst compiler. That will make a big difference. I've just avoided it for now purely because of the amount of time I have to invest like learning all that kind of stuff. And I want to make like really quick impacts now.
Getting flashbanged by my own rifle at night.
Which rifle, by the way? Is it the is it like the rifle or is it the Bolterium rifle? Because I know the Bolterium rifle does have a very strong muzzle flash.
Oh look, we're Centauri. I just realised. I've defected. I've come back to the Centauri from the Soul. I'm now
The funny thing is, the Soul still are not completely dead because they have one building.
Oh yeah,
There's a
refinery.
It's under attack, though, to be fair. By you guys, no less.
Oof. Right in the tail as well. Ouch. How you doing, Ripside, by the way?
Yeah, Sombrero Man.
The Forman.
Oh, sorry.
As you said, nighttime is beautiful in this game. Good job, Dram. That's what he said.
Oh, thank you. Yeah,
Which
the
it is.
Commando rifle. That's the Commando rifle is the Bolterium rifle. Yeah, that muzzle flash is very strong. I will be reducing it. I do agree.
Oh, by the way, guys, there's the Streamlab bot. It posts up things about subscribing and stuff like that, and it also needs to post a link. Are you guys seeing that link? Because I don't see it on my side. So I'm just concerned that the bot is really not working correctly. If you could guys let me know when it does post up, if it is going to, if it does include the link with it as well.
I'm going to. Oh wait, I'll just engage this other tank, and then I will run away for a few seconds. I really need to go to the toilet.
No worries. Oh my god, I almost flipped my tank over shooting just then. I killed Soul, no! Our fellow humies.
Wow, that hover tank was really dead. Yes, Helion, or Hellion. But in a few seconds, I'll be right back.
The man gotta go, the man gotta go. As you'd say. No link? Oh man, I don't know how to fix that. I'm gonna have to have a look at it. Cause it was doing it. That's funny, it was doing it to start with. And now it's just stopped posting links. I don't know how to fix it. I might try and make the bot a managing moderator. It's currently just a moderator at the moment, so that could be the fix for it. I'll do that in a second actually, when this game's done. I will see if I can fix the bot. Because the bot should be posting a link, and it just makes things easier. Like, you're able just to click that link, and it will take you to all my socials and stuff. So, because I'm on Twitch, I'm in it's got my Discord in there as well. You know, it's got everything like Instagram, even though I don't really use it anymore, Facebook and whatnot. It's all in the description below anyway, but it's just for ease of use for live streaming, you know. Or I can pin it in chat. Yeah, that means I'd have to pin it every stream though. Which I'll probably end up forgetting, to be honest. Because I do tend to forget things like that. I do indeed. But like, for example, beginning next month, I'm actually going to be going on live on Twitch for the Ubisoft Forward event. I've been invited to co-stream it for them, so I will be doing that. And there'll be drops for certain games, for Ubisoft games on there. So it's things like that, for example, like having that social link will allow you guys to like locate me on other platforms in case I were to do it. I just realised how close I was to that sand dune then. I was like a millimetre off the ground. Going up the sand dune. This is a big push. It's not good. Yeah, like this one, for example, when it's saying about subscribe, and then follow my socials, take this link. It should put a Linktree link in, but it hasn't done it.
All right, I am back. What did I miss?
Welcome back. Big alien push. And I mean absolutely ginormous alien push.
Oh, that's good news.
Maybe.
The infantry needing jetpacks, I strongly disagree. I mean, for the aliens, it's just it would be absolutely frustrating to play at all if the humans had jetpacks. That said, I do agree there can be a specific role which has jetpacks. Killed his heavy. There we go. Heavy killed himself. I think that there should be a specific unit which has jetpacks, for example.
Right, chat. Is that there? Is that a blank? Just nothing. Because Streamlabs posted something, but it just shows nothing. It's just totally blank. Is that a link to you guys, or is it just blank? Oh, did we stop it? Oh, kind of. Kind of stopped it. You see a link? Why don't I see a link? Oh my god, it's just my computer. It's just, yeah. Okay, as long as there's a link, then I'm fine with it. Even if it is delayed, it's fine.
No.
YouTube link. Which one was that? That's a YouTube link. It wasn't a Linktree link. Wait, that's a Goliath up there? Yeah, it is. What the hell?
Oh yeah, there we go. Power tank destroyed.
Can't forget the stealth roly-poly when I was in the railgun tank. Just not hearing a single thing, then just hearing the roll, and then I was dead just straight away. I was like, oh.
Roger that, Hellion.
He wants to hunt you down.
I mean, considering I'm a crab, that's not going to be too difficult.
Crab versus railgun tank.
All Goliaths are taken. How unfortunate.
Oh, that harvest is feeling very very ballsy right now. It's half full.
If you are where I think you are, I am going to... Yeah, I'm just going to get killed, but I'll try.
I'm like in a mass mound of tanks and... Oh, sorry.
Yeah, Pyruviate. Yes, I do consider that quite a big problem as well. The aliens, once they do latch on, they tend to fall off quite easily. It's mainly the hover tank which is a problem.
Let me have a look. So that was meant to be my... No, it's meant to be my link tree. So it didn't post my link tree. What? The bot is actually just... yeah. Why is it posting that? Hold on. So where's that link to? Oh, I can see the links now. Oh yeah, it's a membership link. What? You can hit the subscribe button. Gameplay, you can always join me on socials with this link, and then it posts the wrong link. I give up with Streamlabs bot sometimes. It's meant to be. It even shows it's the link tree and not that link. So I don't know. I'll look at it. I'll just reset it all and just rewrite it in a minute. I will fix it because I need to make sure it works. Ooh, that poor harvester's having a whale of a time. Roly poly, no, don't roll me. Almost got rolled out. Yeah, jump jets like jump troopers with a limited capacity, and it's a 3-burst grenade launcher. Oh! Wait. Why do I just had like a massive just thoughts about Starship Troopers then? Because there is a grenade launcher on it, but it's not 3 burst. Not that I remember. And they have jump jets as well.
No worries, Pyruvate.
We are still at full capacity. 36 players. And I'm running at 20 frames. And that is a lot of buildings on the map as well, so doing good. I mean, it's just mostly silos. It's just like 90% silo. Wait, there's a crab next to me. Now, which crab is that? Well, that's the nest over there. Oh no, I think that's it. I think it's GG's. Yep.
Ah, well. No games won. Well, congratulations, GG.
Right. One more human v human. That'll take us up to 10:30 UK. I do believe. How you doing, Cad? Welcome back.
Okay, so Louis Badano is asking, what is the unit you most like playing with, and is there any unit that holds a special place for you, and why? That could be just as well for you as for me, to be honest. I might as well answer. My favorite unit, I guess it depends. It's per team. For the humans, it's the rocket truck, or like the rocket launcher. I just like lobbing, big rockets. Like the explosions, they're just a lot of fun. For the aliens, it's definitely the Goliath. It's just the thing. If I had to rate it overall, Goliath, most likely. What about you? Like him?
My favorite units?
Unit, yeah, or units, yeah.
Okay, human, a railgun tank, because it's just ASMR railgun tank. Yeah, I just like the sound of it, I like the look of it, and I like the, just everything, like, the weapon and its reload sound. What the railgun tank is basically a sniper tank, I'd gather. When it has its optics, it's going to have long-range optics, right?
Yeah, most definitely, yeah.
Yeah, so that's the type of unit I like to play as, like that tank destroyer type unit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. Frost, 5 gifted memberships again. Thank you very much, mate. Very much appreciated. Gifting some more memberships, and guys are claiming it as well. Yes, there's still like 11 memberships that are unclaimed. They're floating about in the channel somewhere. My favorite alien unit is the Hunter. It is. I just love the Hunter. It's just so funny. It's a great unit. Like very early game Hunter gameplay is like my favorite time to play as the aliens, because the humans are not too strong that they can just kill the Hunter outright, but it's kind of like an equal ground, Hunter versus Buggy. And like what I did in that alien game just a minute ago was the fact I was able to like keep those Buggies back, and like slowly but surely wait for them to make a mistake and then pounce on them. That's why I like that as the aliens. Frost, thank you for the 5 gifted memberships, mate, and welcome Franken, Lewis, Alan, and Tom S. You all got yourself a membership. There's one kicking about still. Oh, there it is. Ban the Undead. Welcome. Yeah, guys. If you haven't already on your YouTube, if you go into the settings for your YouTube, you can actually turn on accept gifts, and that will allow you then to accept memberships when they are gifted to the channel. There are about 11 memberships that's been gifted to the channel that literally have not been redeemed, I don't think. So they're floating about. And I think they've already been pinned to some viewers, but you maybe don't know that you've actually got one given to you. So I don't know how it works on YouTube. I've come from Twitch to YouTube, and I've been on Twitch for like the last 2.5 years. So it's all quite new to me still. What goes on YouTube versus Twitch? Because I know Twitch, it automatically assigns a subscription to a person, and there's no like a turn on button for accepting gifts, if you know what I mean. So it's all relatively new to me. So just check that you've got yours turned on if you're looking to get yourself a membership. But yeah, that's my favorite alien and favorite human unit at the moment. It might change when the air units come in and the Centauri has their changes. I just realised I'm a scout and I'm just running around out in the open talking to chat, and I'm just like, what shall I do now? Because normally if I'm chatting to you guys, I'm just driving in a buggy scouting, and I'm just doing it like on autopilot. And I'm kind of doing it now as an infantry, just running around the base on autopilot. And I've stopped next to this barracks because I'll take the riflemen when it's built. No worries, Toms. I love the third-person camera teabag system. It's just so good. Just Oh, it's built.
So, who is the commander?
For which one?
Never mind.
No, it's Mada. Mada is command. There we go. Rifleman. There we go. Just using your... Hold on, is that hurting the building? Wait.
What? If you're shooting, yes. I still have to... Don't shoot it too much.
They're like target practice, killing my own barracks. Whoops.
Yeah, I need to do it so that when you're shooting at your own building and you're in that position, it does 0 damage.
Oh, that's funny. I just see the health go down. I was like, oh, wait, hold on. Whoops. Right. I might human harvest for this faction.
Yeah, Pyruvate, you're right. It's a bug which, like, with regards to like the kill death ratio and this kind of stuff, it scales with the amount of Oh, what a bastard! Someone just tried to harvest me.
You made a Bolterium, that's what it is. You're just so hungry. I think this is human. This is definitely human controlled. Yeah, I think this is human controlled. You stopped, like, irregularly. Oh, that's another thing, Dram. So, when you're an FPS player... Oh, yeah.
Sorry, I'm just answering there.
Yeah.
Go on.
So when you're an FPS player, is there a way that we can get so we can recognize if a vehicle is player controlled or a harvester's player controlled?
Yeah. Literally, when you look at it, there should be a player tag. You know.
Yeah.
It's like in quotations minor, like as in simple to do, makes such a massive gameplay difference. You know, that's like one of the things I want to have done this week. You know.
Cool. Yeah, because you understand. When I look at that harvester, I'm not like I have to judge whether it's AI or not, and then I feel like bad if it's human and I call them an AI. You know, it's like, you're an AI, and then it's no, I'm a human. I was like, oh, sorry, I just called you a bot.
Yeah, like with the harvester, you can easily tell if it's human or not by oh shit, I fell off one and I died. It's easy to see if it's human or not by going under it, trying to open the ramp. If the ramp opens and it doesn't stop, obviously it's human.
Yeah. Wait, is it human? No, that's AI. That's got to be AI.
Apparently, all harvesters are human controlled right now. So.
Oh. Sorry. He just stopped and put his bucket down, when normally I just put my bucket down and just drive up into the Bolterium.
Yeah, one of them was driving over me and turned the bucket on, and I went between the two bucket things so it couldn't harvest me.
I love it. Trying to harvest you. Oh, but that was
me dodgy.
I got Frostguard a bot. Oh, I'm sorry, mate. Love you. I'm sorry. I'll let you harvest me if it makes you feel better. Actually, no, I'm running away. Don't harvest me. Oh, go. No, please harvest me. There's the buggy coming. I'm going to die anyway. Oh, wait, no. It crashed and killed itself. It actually did as well. It actually crashed and killed itself on the harvester. Great. That's amazing. That's one scary harvester. Oh god. Right, okay, I'm gonna go give myself a vehicle. This harvester reminds me of the Red Alert harvester. I keep looking at it and thinking that. Without the scoop that throws the ore into the back, it's got that very reminiscent look of the Red Alert harvester, like what it would look like. Oh god, don't run me over. There's a silo here, man. You crazy? Trying to run me over, man.
To be fair, I don't remember the Red Alert one. Like, the last time I played that was a very long time ago.
So there's a truck. Well, what would you call it? I suppose an excavator truck, you know, massive excavator truck, but it had a giant scoop on it, and it would scoop and throw it in the back. I suppose that's the best way of explaining it, because the Tiberian Dawn harvester was like almost like a beetle, and it would have arms that would come out and then scoop the Tiberian in from the front.
Ah.
Right, okay. I am now able to scout and, you know, and do things. Well, that's not good. Requesting more armored cars. It's like,
Oh, okay. So Tom Marcos is saying, question, it's hard to see what commands are from the player and what commands are from the AI. Disabling AI commands would be good once there's a player commander. I did have it like that. The problem was that, you know, if the commander doesn't notice you for long enough, then you have basically you don't get given any orders. Though to be fair, I've got, you know, so many orders right now. You learn to ignore the commands you're given, right? Which is a problem. So definitely, I'm going to be changing it. I think it would be better not to have commands than and request them from the commander rather than you know, maybe like one way to do it is if you don't have commands, you can request orders. You know, oh, give me a second.
Yeah.
I've got to take down this soldier.
Oh, guys, also, is anyone interested in... I know there's a few guys that downloaded SATCOM. Anyone interested in playing SATCOM later tonight after the stream? By the way. Because Squad is in its last day of being free. So, I know a few of you guys wanted to play it, but it's got no AI aspect. So, you have to have players to have control of vehicles and stuff like that. So... it's a bit more of a management, like you got to manage it more than you would with Silica. Silica's got its own AI, so. But I know some of the guys wanted to play it before the free weekend was over for it. It would if you didn't have a working hour. Oh yeah, that sucks, Frost. But there's on Saturdays, by the way, I did go into the Discord. On Saturdays, they actually got something called Satcom Saturdays, and I promise you, it's not me ripping off saying Silica Sundays, but I only joined their Discord like earlier today just to have a look, see what they're doing. Because I thought the server would be dead, like, which it is. Their official server is quite dead during the days, but they've actually got a community day that they do games. So I don't know if anyone was interested or not of playing it tonight. If not, no worries. Give it a blast before it's gone. And if you want to know what SATCOM is, you can type it into YouTube and it will tell you. It will show you what it is. It's essentially an RTS FPS, but using squad assets. In that sense. I just realised
sniper.
That's a human buggy right in front of me. That's just flipped himself. That was ours. It's me shooting my own bloody bunker. Oh, I just flipped myself. Oh my god, I'm roly-polying down the hill. But it worked out in my favour, so I'm good. No! Haha, I'm still alive! Haha, you die! Oh. Oh god. I think that's... Yes, it is enemy. There's enemies above me. Helion's in. I did see Helion say he's count me in. Oh, there's so many enemies right next to me. Oh, I've got the low ground. I feel like Anakin Skywalker right now.
By the way, Lycan, what kind of connection do you have?
One gigabit. So I've got 980 down and 160 up, I think.
Fair enough. That's really good.
I wish I had better upload speeds though, because it doesn't kind of match the download speed. Like normally you'd have about half, but it's what I could get at the time. But yeah, I got it mainly for streaming and stuff, and because I can download games at a rapid pace as well, and then I can upload quite quickly. So
yeah, makes sense. I'm in a place where I cannot get a really good connection because there's no cable going here. Not yet. So.
Not yet. Yeah, hopefully it gets rolled out. It's I assume it's similar to what we have in the UK, like fiber to the cabinet and then copper to the house, in that sense. And then like the bridge between that is fiber straight to the house, and it avoids the cabinet totally, and the copper line totally. And that's like full fiber to premises. That's what they call it. Well, yeah, I won the battle for the bunker. I don't know how.
For the bunker.
I don't know how I survived. Yeah, we are. Yeah, we're Centauri. I was in a buggy, but I lost my buggy, jumped out, and killed the other buggy. Squad for me? Give me a squad. Oh. I wish I had a sniper rifle, though. I'm actually pretty good at sniping in Silica. I've learned, like, how, like, distance to lead shots and stuff. That's my battlefield experience coming in to play there.
Yeah, it's actually not that difficult. Like but yeah, obviously there is a slight oh shit. Oh fuck! Oh, that was a friend. That wasn't good.
Gonna keep up on chat quickly. How do you join the server? So we've got room for 4. Look for like and Silica Sundays. Oh, you found it. I just seen you said you found it. I'm a one game guy type of guy. I have 3 now, but 1 is pretty broken at the minute. I think that's the best thing to do when it comes to gaming, is have your games that you love and you keep on. With me, I find I'm very hard to stick to one title. Silica's great because it's a sandbox title in that sense, so not every game is this. Oh my god, just witnessed 2 buggies just kill each other off in a single crash. I find Silica's always is a different game every game, so it's got huge replayability for that, and because it's RTS and FPS, and it's just my jam, you know, is what I grew up with, is these type of games, and having them both mixed together is just the perfect me, because I love Battlefield, so this part of it is like Battlefield to me. Even though it is Renegade in that sense as well, and Savage and all that sort of thing. And then the RTS aspect is like Dune and Command and Conquer. So it's ticking the 2 major boxes of my favourite titles.
I'm just hard in concentration trying to find this sniper.
Like I said, it's literally a sandbox. It is, yeah, it's a sandbox.
Where the hell?
What was that? Oh, that's our sniper. Yeah, I kind of wish I wasn't a rifleman now, because I feel like I'm only got a certain amount of range, if anything, that I can utilise. Could quickly go grab a vehicle, I suppose. There's actually a commando down there. Help him out. There he goes, dead.
Yeah, once you kind of like gain a foothold. Yeah, 36-player servers I think are where the biggest problem with the teleportation comes in.
Oh, well, with the teleportation, like being able to get a foothold, just like that, bang.
Like exactly what we're doing right now.
Yeah.
To be frank, you know.
Do you think they'll give a tropical or forest map? That's coming in from in-game chat.
Yes, actually. There should be a human, one on Sol, so that should be like border between city and forest. Of course, it wouldn't be very law-friendly to have aliens there, but it'll be allowed, of course. It just won't be law-friendly.
Yeah. And then I think we spoke about in another one about Arctic, like North and South polar ice caps or something being a
Not only
biome.
North and South polar ice caps, but you've also got like during the night when you've got the moon shining down on you. That's an icy planet, like an icy.
Yeah, that one there.
Moon.
Is that one there?
Is that the giant one you're looking at? Or because I'm
A massive one, yeah. It's
no,
in
that's a gas giant. That's
the gas giant. I've noticed
during the
when
night. It's a source of light during the night.
Right.
I'm hearing teleportation.
Would that be human again, or would the aliens actually have a foothold on that planet in the lore?
It literally makes no sense for them to be there. Like,
Yeah,
because it's because they're adapted to heat, not to cold.
Not to cold, yeah. That's fair. And another thing, that massive, big old worm carcass, is that it's not going to be the worm? Or is that going to be the worm?
That is... Give me a sec. Just checking that it's an enemy. Ooh, there we go, hit. Give me a sec. I'm just going to take out this light
Defend
cord.
heavy. Whoops. Oh, I'm dead. Without doubt, I'm so dead. If you see a soldier with a pink gun, break immersion. Yes. I mean, skins and whatnot.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think with skins, it's like I want to avoid the Counter-Strike route where it just becomes absolutely, everything.
Yeah.
But at the same time, of course, you want to allow a large choice. But I think it can be handled without compromising quality. You
Mm-hmm.
know? So you kind of like, it depends on the kind of skins you make available. You know, mods will of course do whatever they want.
Yeah, we already discussed what I can already tell what the community is going to do, and one is definitely going to be 40k. Just because the main bones are there already. You've got the aliens, which could be the Tyranid, and then you've got the human factions, which could literally be Chaos and Space Marines, or Imperium and Chaos. Yeah, whatever they decide to do. But I can already see that being a thing like straight away. What was the other one that was discussed as well? Star Wars as well, yeah. Star Wars.
Yeah, Star Wars is a kind of like, there's a Star Wars mod for everything basically.
Yeah, there is, yeah. There's actually one that recently came out on Squad as well. It's called Galactic Contention, and
Really?
it's basically like Battlefront 2,
Oh,
but
yes,
vastly
yes,
improved
I've
because
seen
they've
that
got
one.
the actual air units that could be flown around and stuff and drop ships like the original Battlefront.
Oh, yeah, the
Halo.
original. I missed Battlefront 1, man.
Yeah, Battlefront 1 was amazing. Halo, I'm not quite sure on Halo, to be honest. I mean, if someone takes it up and does it, then good on them. And I'd play it 100%. But I'm not sure if they would want to. It would be doable, if you know what I mean. Like, well, I mean, it's doable, but I'm not sure if it's like a priority over like 40k or Star Wars. You know, there's more of a fan base against that and making those type of mods. But you know, I could be wrong. I would like to see a Halo 1, to be honest with you. The Flood and you know the Covenant and the humans. I'm gonna do it if I have to. But Halo would definitely fit in quite well because you've got three factions straight away. You have got Flood, Covenant, Human.
There we go. Sorry, I'm just taking out like I'm a sniper,
Mm.
so I'm taking out enemy infantry.
Ooh, I just seen what's coming under construction now, back at the base.
I've been neglecting any questions and stuff. Give me a sec. I'm just gonna have a quick look. Have there been any questions?
Quite a few actually.
Star Wars. Dram demands it. Oh crap! Yes. Star Wars. Yeah, I'm. To be fair, I'm a real fan, of course, of the original three. Then I also like the prequels. Not so much of a fan of the newer ones, though. But of course, you know, it's everyone's taste.
Oh, and we also said Tiberian Sun would be another mod someone would definitely make for this. Because Renegade was a thing.
Yeah, Tiberian Sun is a special game. That would be really, really fun to see happen again.
Like the Titans,
But of course,
the Wolverines, and Juggernauts.
Yeah, I mean, but the thing is, of course, like with you know, with these IPs, it's you gotta be careful to make sure you're on legal ground.
Mm-hmm.
Which, of course, you know, I have absolutely no idea.
Earth 2150? Wait, Empire Earth, you mean? Empire Earth 2150. Is it 2150 or is it 2180? God, that's a game I haven't played in so long. Oh yeah, I know I can speed boost my hover tank. I just keep forgetting about it.
Oh, you're in a hover tank, man. I've been sniping the whole match.
I went for the rocket truck originally, but I realised how far it was, and I saw the hover tank being built, so I was like, okay, yeah.
There's a rocket truck.
Yeah, right there. It's probably player controlled though, I think. Yeah, it looks player controlled. Boost and jump to go faster. I just have rocket truck. I looked like I was going to run over a whole squad of riflemen. I was like, no. One thing I do love about the hover tank is the ability to have fights with other, like either the Scorpions or the other tanks, and you're using your maneuverability to an advantage, like being able to jump hills and use those for like landing shots and stuff and such, while staying in the cover and things like that as well.
Yeah, true.
They was having a fight with a siege tank at one point during a stream, and there was like a perfect rock between me and this siege tank, and I was on full view with the siege tank, and I was behind this rock. So what I did is I launched a shot, then went into like turned off the engines basically and landed, and it put me straight behind the rock, and the shot just passed straight over the top. I was like, that was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. So things like that, like being able to think, wait, if I land and then like I'm in cover, then I can just quickly take back off again.
Yeah. Oh, come on, man! I'm doing such a bad job as a marksman here. Well, okay, fair enough. I mean, against the scout, it's really hard to hit them, right? They keep moving about. They keep. And I'm literally shooting at like half a kilometer at least. Yeah, this is basically GG.
Yeah, it looks like it, doesn't it? Oh, is there just a random rifleman run out into the open? Oh, my man.
Yeah, I'm aiming at the guy, but I can't get him. He's behind a dune.
Oh, you just got hit by a shot. Yeah.
Poor guy. Poor guy.
Question, what are you thinking for the Centauri normal tank? Will it exist like a counter to the hover tank?
Yes, it should be more powerful. So, more of the shots should bounce off. Basically, that will make a big difference. I'll have to really like consider once I'm actually implementing the units. Okay, so just want to make sure that that's friendly. Is that friendly? Yes, it is. Cool. All right, I may resume shooting at random shit. Yeah, there should be a counter, of course, to the hover tank from the human's perspective. I mean, even for the aliens, one thing I've actually considered is doing a really fast moving crab, which is great against vehicles. Though, I mean, at the same time, it makes sense that they should be good against what's it called, right? Infantry as well. I'll have to still think about that kind of stuff, but. I mean, in terms of units, that's like I haven't really been thinking about that all that much for now. Mainly because I've just been preoccupied with all the unexpected issues, and it's pretty much GG now.
Yeah.
I think there's only the there we go.
A double-barreled heavy tank. We're going into mammoth tank range again now. Or the heavy tank from Red Alert.
Yeah. Well, that was a lot of fun.
It was. Centauri, we won, by the way. A Centauri.
You're right. Finally, it happened.
The last game.
Fair, my contribution was like, what? A couple of sniper kills and that's it.
Yeah. 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 Right. What was it? 10:15 at night. The Red Alert 2 Mammoth tank was called the Apocalypse tank. Yes, it was. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, so actually, yeah, that's right.
I will actually be off because it's a 11:15 my end.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
I'm getting up at 6, so I have to head off.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, definitely, that was a lot of fun. I will join you for another stream again.
Yeah, thank you for joining me as always, Dram. I very much appreciate it. It's always fun to have you. It's fun to just play, play your game and chat and answer those questions, and the community appreciate it as well. It's always good to great. It's always great to have you here.
Oh, it's always a pleasure, man. By the way, just a funny thing. I just quickly had a look at the server browser just for fun. I noticed there is one. I'm not sure how much to believe what's going on there, but match time is 300 minutes.
300.
I mean, I don't know how to kind of like what to make of that, to be honest, because like I'm not sure I want to believe that it's been going for 5 hours. You know what I mean? It's a locked game though, so I assume they kind of. Yeah, I just want to quickly have a look at the server browser to see what people are
Mm.
hosting. But anyway, that was a lot of fun. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, you
Thank
too.
you, chat. I'm just going to go through, like, if there's any like questions, I'll happily answer them before I head off.
Any quick questions, guys? Any quick questions?
I'm just like browsing through it if I've missed anything. Thanks, guys. Thanks for the kind comments, guys. It really makes me happy. For me, the most important thing is to make a good game, which people enjoy playing, and ultimately that's what it's about, right? I mean, in this regard, I'm more like a old school in the sense that I just prefer the old monetization system. Not free to play with a million DLCs and all this kind of stuff, but more one time pay. I'm honestly, I would avoid doing skins, but I just know people like to do them, so it's like, all right, fine. I'm willing to kind of like make a thing there. But yeah, like modding and all this kind of stuff. For me, that's all very important stuff.
I just spawned in a ton of crabs. So I'm playing about the sandbox mode while the questions are going out, and gonna jump to the fighter craft and mosey around.
Oh, there are some questions. Well, I wouldn't say I'm such a good dev. I mean, there's things I've made mistakes. Could do things better. But that's life, to be honest. You make mistakes and you learn from them. That's important. Crab on the roof of the ultra heavy vehicle factory. Can I get it off? Yes, that's a very good point. The way I'm planning to do that is to put, like, onto those tall buildings, I'm going to put just small turrets, like on the ultra heavy vehicle factory. Definitely, it makes sense because it is a much late game structure, and those the machine guns, just like on the harvester, they're not going to kill you from a distance, but it will like kill you if you go and hide at the top when no one else can get you. So that's probably the way I'm going to solve that. What else have we got? Skins that only work locally. Yeah, I mean, sure, skins can work locally. That's true. My main concern is I want to avoid the kind of thing where you have like soldiers running around with pink rifles. It looks ridiculous. It just kind of like ruins the feel. At the same time, I mean, to be fair, there are like if you have 100 units and only a couple of them are players, then it's not that much of an impact as, for example, in another game where everyone has like these fully colored weapons. So it's like, it's fair enough. It might not be such a problem as I thought it would be.
I just realised I spawned in 1,000,000 soul crabs and they're killing all the alien crabs. What?
What did you do?
I spawned in crabs and I've realised I'm on Soul, and I spawned them in Soul Command. So now they're going after all the alien crabs. So it's crab v crab at the moment, and it's like a massive mosh pit of crabs going down.
That's epic. Yeah, the swarming is really fun. I really need to kind of like focus on that afterwards as well.
I'm actually going to go Centaurian, spawn in just a single siege tank and see what the crabs do.
Your game may not sit in the good spot, but it is in the capable spot. Yeah. I mean, it's ultimately, it's still in early access, so a lot of things do have to improve for it to be good, right? That's definitely thing. Like, I mean, onboarding is just absolutely abysmal right now. Like you start the game, you're like, the hell am I meant to do? So yeah, definitely that's perfectly fair. Any question for the community or words for the community? Yeah, words for the community, definitely. Like, thank you very much for like for supporting the game, giving feedback. That's just really important, and yeah, like I'm really happy you guys enjoy it. That's really important for me. And questions. Yeah, I think I mentioned before. Like, what are the biggest grievances? I think it's quite clear. Like, you guys have mentioned multiple things, so that needs to be. I'm watching Lycan attack a siege tank with a bunch of crabs. But yeah, there's a lot of things which still need to improve and be changed in the game to make it like good and fun, like really fun. So, work in progress. I think that's the important thing. What else have we got here? Going down. A good dev is one that interacts with community. That's true. That's true. Well, I mean, a good developer is one that does his job well. If I mean, to be fair, if you got like a company of let's say 100 devs, it doesn't really make sense for all of them to communicate with the community at all times. I think because, or to be fair, the thing is that not everyone is good at interacting with complete strangers because they may take things personally. They may take them the wrong way and so on, and it is difficult to kind of like stay neutral when talking about your product. I mean, it's very easy to get upset, right? I mean, like you can see it everywhere. I mean, just open Twitter and there you go, right? But yeah, it's very easy to get upset, and I think that's why a lot of people avoid that kind of stuff because it is a creative industry, and it can be really difficult to kind of like see your work in quotations shat on. Even if it's fair, it can be difficult, and you just got to take that on the chin and just understand that that's even someone saying, "Oh, this game is crap," the fact that they mentioned that is is a form of feedback. Sure, it can be just an opinion, but nonetheless. The air unit looks awesome. Yeah, that one's that one will be most likely on the Centauri team or the Sol team. I'm not 100% sure with it right now. The one that Lycan has on his thing. That's
The question about that as well, would that be the firecraft?
well. See, I originally intended that to be like the highest tier unit for Sol, where it would be essentially this kind of it would be relatively weak in what it can take, but of course it would have powerful weaponry like the machine gun, and at the same time would be able to like drop bombs and it would be fast and maneuverable and all this kind of stuff. So it would be like an annoying unit, so to speak, right? But yeah, I'm not 100% certain how to utilize that. It will probably be best as a fighter craft, and so it may change during the thing. So what else have we got? Question: when commanders will be able to assign vehicles and infantry to players? Yeah, that will come as part of a slightly later update, most likely, because the thing is that the infantry being assigned to players right now, if you're not able to command them, it doesn't provide much of a benefit, apart from like a player being able to like lead them into battle or something like that. But yeah, definitely that like within the next month or two, ideally. Nerf the nuclear sun during the day. I did think about that. I actually had a look at it. The problem is it would really lower the brightness as well. So I need to find a way to kind of like lower the sun glare while at the same time keeping its brightness on the actual terrain and stuff. But it is planned to kind of like make it a little bit less flashbangy.
A little less flashbangy.
Yeah. If you grade aliens with an army of lesser aliens, it's a good way to deal with tank spam. That's true. Capture points that prioritize infantry combat. Yeah, I definitely need to look at more focusing on infantry in the future. For now, I want to like polish what's there. I want to add, like I mentioned before, the ability for player infantry to place encampments and this kind of stuff, like build limited building for players. What's that? Oh yeah, that's that thing. Yeah. So there's still a lot to do there to improve the infantry combat and so on. But capture points, I actually wanted to have it so you could capture actual the buildings from the enemy. But I do intend to do capture points in the sense of like you might find, for example, a derelict outpost, a derelict structure on the location which is worthwhile capturing, which will give you an advantage. So those are capture points which should be there. Oh, hello, Philip Kratky. That's nice to hear from Keen Software. Thank you very much. And I am a fan of Space Engineers, though I have not had time for it.
I actually love Space Engineers.
Space Engineers is awesome. It
Yeah,
is, like especially when they added the planets. I mean, I'm a sucker for like whole planets. Even if there's nothing to do, I just really love like exploring the planet.
so I'm just dropping bombs on crabs.
Will aliens have air units? Yes, most definitely. They will have their own whole series of air units. In fact, the idea is that the aliens will get their air units first, or like the basic air units first. So there'll be like what's it called? Flying swarms.
Leave that there. Can you replenish my supply of crabs?
It would be interesting to have homing projectiles to fight aircraft. Yeah, so right now you have the rockets that are fired by the heavy infantry. They're not guided, but what they're meant to be, there's meant to be an upgrade of them, which is essentially a Stinger missile, which just will follow the target. So yes, that is definitely planned. Not lower the sun, but make the reticle more visible. Maybe the reticle is a little bit more lost in the sun, but I think it is the sun. It just generally like obscures your view when you're looking into the distance. What I want to actually do with it is that it'll have the initial kind of like flash, but it'll really quickly fade away to something smaller, which will make it kind of like still have that effect which I wanted there, but not as pronounced all the time. Make the reticle change color dynamically so you can see it on the bright and dark backgrounds. That's a bit difficult because that means I would have to analyze the brightness around the reticle, which would impact performance. So I do need to kind of like be careful with that. I hope the alien behemoth will be a lot more useful as an anti-air unit, though I think its projectiles would need a speed buff. Yeah, I think in general the alien, like the behemoth's projectiles do need a bit of a speed buff because it's nice how they're slow and stuff, but it might be better if they start slow and they speed up. That might be better.
I just crashed and killed myself in this aircraft.
Yeah, it's only got 100 health. That thing, like it's not done yet. So can't wait to use this bomber. Jesus, flying swarms. Yeah, it will be a lot of fun when having flying swarms. Just looking at things. Yeah, Star Citizen. Like someone's saying, or Tom's Markovs is saying, if you just like looking at things, Star Citizen is awesome. That's one of my one of my main games, but it's really broken right now. Yes, it's a bit unfortunate that it has had a bit of a kind of like a rocky road. Sometimes it's been really good and fun to play. Sometimes it's been a bit worse. I do play it myself. Like my brother just keeps like, oh man, we should play Star Citizen. The most fun we had was we were flying around a planet and we said, you know what, let's simulate a ship going down, so we have to like jump out at the right moment. So we kind of like left the controls and we let it kind of like slowly like deorbit onto the planet, and we jumped off just at the right moment. And I expected to die, but yeah, it's one of the bugs. We just landed like 1 or 2 kilometers away from each other, and then we were searching for each other, and that was a lot of fun until we found each other. And it was a lot of fun because it was an interesting thing. Of course, there was no actual game play happening, but yeah, I think what Star Citizen is doing is it's laying a bit like Silica. It's laying the main foundations, and then it can focus on a lot of the gameplay. Because what it is doing is extremely impressive. I mean, hats off. Honestly, hats off. Sure, they do have the budget for it, right? Multiple times, but still, it's extremely impressive what they're doing. Will the Impaler get some love? Yeah, it needs love. I do agree that it is a bit difficult to hit anything with the Impaler. Just had the experience myself again just now before. Not pleasant, needs to improve. Either by increasing the speed of the projectiles or making it automatically lead the targets. The idea of behemoth projectiles slowly getting faster seems like really... Yeah, thanks, man. I do think that would be much better, because I like the effect of them slowly leaving the source, but it is they stay slow and they just take it a million years to get to the target. So yeah.
Hi, don't matter. Thank you for the 20 SEK.
Thanks, Lewis.
What's SEK?
I'm going to take a guess. I think it's Swedish, but I might be wrong. SEK to CZK. Swedish, yes, it is indeed.
Thank you for the... Is it... It's... Swedish crowns. Is it Swedish crowns?
Oh wait, I'll tell you exactly what the currency is.
It's the first time I have to deal with other
Swedish
currencies.
crowns.
It is Swedish crowns. Thank you for the 20 Swedish crowns, and loving the game so far.
Thanks, Lewis. Mr. Crockett, Dram, can AI infantry eventually teleport? I don't want them to, because the thing is, if they were teleporting, it would... It would. I think it. I don't think it would help the game all that much because then you'd have a bunch of fast travel happening everywhere, like back and forth. It'll be, I think, a little bit difficult, like a little bit ridiculous. Because aliens, of course, if they could use the nodes and fast travel as well, like all the AI units, then it's just going to be like teleporting armies all the time, and it would really kill the RTS element, in my opinion. And for the FPS, it would kill that as well because you have enemies appearing out of nowhere. So I am against that. I mean, if it chose to be useful, then maybe eventually, but definitely not for now. When aliens will have a faster means of fast travel, I wanted to add it within about 2 weeks. It probably will take a slightly longer because I need to get the models for it done, and need to put it into all the locations, and write the system where they're interconnected. So it will take a little bit longer than that. So I'm thinking about 1 month. Is target window not showing up while zooming a bug? Okay, Tom Markovs, if you're saying is saying is target window not showing up while zooming a bug, I assume you mean when you're looking through the scopes of the infantry. The target window, what was happening? I have to make a new one for that mode specifically because what was happening is when you change the field of view, it actually changed the perspective on that window. It looks like crap. So I need to make a new window specifically for that zoom. So it's not a bug. It's intentional. It's just that it's not complete. There should be a target window, of course. Would be sick for infantry to be able to paradrop from the carrier craft. I was thinking about doing a second version of what Lycan was flying around with that bomber, doing second version which just has an actual cargo space, but far future. Would be sick for infantry to be able to paradrop. Just read that. Perhaps Behemoth could be a little faster by rolling. Right now, their use are kind of overlapped by Scorpions. True, to a degree. What I'm actually thinking was doing with Behemoth is that its projectiles would actually not only lock onto the target that they're heading for, but they would actually target the nearest one, if the target's gone or something like that. So they would kind of have slightly a mind of their own. So that would kind of be extremely effective against infantry, for example. But I think the Behemoth still needs a little love. I mean, it should be effective against air units as well, which is important. What the hell's going on there? Is that two hunters running into each other?
Right on each other. Oh, love to see it. I've never actually looked at the front of the aliens because you always command them from the rear. So I know you can hold out and then turn them around and stuff, but I've never actually properly looked at the hunter head on. And I mean, that thing's terrifying when it runs at you with its mouth and its three really gangly things.
Especially the what's it called, the tentacles. It looks extremely excited as it runs towards you.
Yeah, it's like, woo, time to eat.
Yummy.
And I got the bomber just randomly dropping bombs.
Austin Siggiers, what's your serial number, community manager RAM? Well, I'm not really a community manager. But my serial number is 1577855653. Random shit. Could aliens get a tunnel building like the GLA in generals have? So tunnel building, I mean, Natural Selection 2 did exactly that. It had tunnels. I want to kind of have these nodes which are part of the map, so the aliens can straight from the get-go, they have to activate them, the nodes, so they're the nodes will be closed, for example, and they have to be activated or something like that, and then they can use them to fast travel between these nodes, but it would again be only a player only feature. Okay, will the Impaler get some love too? Yeah, that was mentioned before. Yes, the Impaler will definitely get some love because it is difficult to target anything moving faster than a tank with that thing.
Hobo, I got you.
The Hunter's design is awesome. Other units are more similar to animals. True. Yeah, I really like the Hunter design. Yeah. Is it intended to just press T and redeploy wherever barrack? No. I mean, for now, yes, it's okay. I kind of just leave it. But eventually, of course, you shouldn't be able to switch teams mid-game. And if you do kind of try and use a respawn, you shouldn't be able to respawn using that. Or if you do that, there should be some time before you can do that, or some punishment at least.
In the command.
Will the Behemoth and Scorpion get a sprint option? Crab has jump, Goliath has roll. Good point. I think I think they should have some kind of like not necessarily sprint, but like pounce. They do have a jump, but it's a bit pathetic. So maybe they can get a jump like that and have a longer cooldown. Could you add for some vehicles passenger seats? To have to require more to stay on a vehicle. Yeah, true, true. Passenger seats are definitely would be useful. I do agree. Will there be a cavern map? Most likely not. The problem with the cavern map is like from commander perspective. Like it'd be really fun from a like FPS perspective, but from like from the commander's perspective, you'd have to hide the entire top of the map. It makes the map extremely complex to do. So if there is a cavern map, it will be much later. Probably post-release 1.0. Would a player be able to select their redeploy respawn location? Yes, they will be able to. It's just right now, it's just because it will require a change for like it would either have to be through the map screen or something similar. It will require some like longer changes, and that's why because performance is first. That's what I've been focusing on for now. But yes, it will be possible later on. Can the hunter carry and throw crabs with big tentacles? That's a good point. That's an interesting idea. Like crabs piggybacking on the hunter, that would be interesting. Though I think it would make the hunter, even more OP. So no, I'll take it as a joke. It would be funny, but no.
Oh,
Human
Helion,
infantry.
thank
Sorry.
you for becoming a member. Very much appreciated, mate. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, as you were saying, sorry.
No worries, no worries. I'm just getting through them. Like, there's more and more questions popping up, so I'm like trying to go through them all. Will human infantry have counter for scorpions? Currently, scorpion is really tanky and can wipe out whole squads. Yes. The right now there's 5 types of infantry for the thing. There should be a heavy, which should have like I said, essentially a stinger projectile, which will be an anti-tank as well as anti-air projectile. So it'll be like lock on and follow, and it'll do a lot of damage, but it'll take a while to reload with just one shot essentially. So that should deal significant damage to the scorpion. He might be one guy, but there must be clones.
I
Maybe.
remember, I remember this coming up. There's like Dram 1, Dram 2, Dram 3, Dram 4 working on different things. I remember that coming up the last time. How you doing, Austin, by the way? Welcome, sir. Welcome back. Sorry, I'm just showing off the armed transport because not many people know it's
It's in there.
It's in there, yeah.
So will resources respawn after they're depleted? No, this is intentional. Maybe it can be set up that they do in the future. I mean, gameplay will show. But the whole idea was to kind of like force you to move out, because otherwise you just like select a location, and there's no point having like resources far away at that point. But if it's shown that it's just annoying and whatnot, yeah, I can make them so that they do respawn. Eventually, we'll see. Each clan has a different job. The scorpions are quite fast if you jump and right click before landing, then they jump and then jump again. True. It's not related to the attack itself though. You can just jump at the same time. Just random opinion. When we die, I think it better not to interrupt the battle theme by going by the death theme, but I don't know. Yeah, true. The thing is, I think the death should be a bit more significant. Right now it's just like do, and then you just respawn and off you go and you die again. It needs to be a bit more significant than that, I think. But that's like a thing I don't really want to think about right now because it's less important at the moment. Fast sprint like things could have a cooldown. Stuff like that works in fighting games. Either it's a slow startup or a vulnerable cooldown. True. Like they like for example the hover tank, it has like the speed up and then has a long cooldown. I want to do more of that for other vehicles. Can you make the shrimp cost cheaper? Human scouts cost less than shrimps. Well, the thing is, I've heard the opposite for that because right now the alien eco is extremely easy to get up and extremely easy to move. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure I agree with that because the shrimp is like you can't really compare it to a scout because a scout is a combat unit, whereas a shrimp is a harvesting unit, right? So you need to compare it to the harvester, and the harvester is certainly not cheap. Will there be a map with water? Not on Bolterus. Not on Bolterus itself. Definitely on Centaurus. Like the idea is that Centaurus, which is of course the homeland of the Centauri, orbiting Proxima Centauri, which is our nearest star. That one should be actually very wet. And that's the idea. That one should have swamps and all this kind of stuff. So, of course, it should be terraformed, relatively freshly terraformed. So there shouldn't be like vast forests and stuff like that. But yeah, that should be a wet location. Since we are showing vehicles that are not yet in the main game, the ones we see are now are like the transport and air units. In which Marketech would you put each of them to be more balanced? So once these vehicles are being put in, the tech levels will be reworked. Think of them as the Age of Empires ages, right? Where you have like the Stone Age, the Iron Age, and so on. These should change significantly. I mean, these ages should only lead to the possibility to have more individual upgrades, as well as giving their own individual, giving straight off the bat some things. Right, so right now it's really quick to go through the ages. Eventually, I switch talking like ages, but eventually it should be they act like these kind of ages, and then you have multiple individual upgrades. So for example, you would upgrade barracks to allow building of heavier infantry and so on. Losing myself here. By the way, for fun, I'm modeling a wheeled tank. We'll show on Discord later on. Yeah, sure. Feel free to DM me if you want to show that, because it gets lost on the chat a lot. What is the vehicle? What is it? Oh, okay, I'm not.
They talked about the old harvester.
The old harvester? Yeah, possibly. Yeah, that was the old harvester. Yeah, I'm not really happy with the design, so that one's dumped for now. Equals great. Haven't seen that big thing before. Yeah. How many unit models exist now, and how many still don't have a model but just designed? Well, it's actually the other way around. There's more models that just haven't been implemented yet, because a lot of the models are bought. Like, full disclosure, a lot of the models are bought and then heavily adjusted for the game. Some are really easy to adjust, like for example the light armored car that has barely any adjustments at all. But for example, the harvester required a complete recolor. I had to do the entire interior, had to heavily rework a lot of the completely remove the tracks, did wheels and all this kind of stuff. That one's like half a new model basically. But if I was to model everything myself, that would be truly insane. How many unit models? Okay, one last thing. Could add the names of musics made by Scott in the content creator page. You don't need to actually specifically name them, like the tracks, like for the content. So I'll just say that out loud. One last thing. Could you add the names of the music tracks made by Scott Buckley in the content creator page? So it's not necessary. That one is literally just to help content creators be aware that they need to credit the music if it's in a YouTube video or whatever. Otherwise, if you want to see what tracks he's made, it's in the credits. If you open the credits, it's near the bottom. There's a whole list of all the tracks that are used from his library. I think the Brooks game's last patch. You think people are spamming nodes and turrets all over the map? Okay, that's not pleasant. Yeah, that'll have to change. That will have to change. And Biodas Institute, I assume he's gone, but anyway. That huge thing looks awesome. I'm not sure which one that is. Does that floating alien transport bugs? No, the floating alien will be an attack unit. It'll be doing like this kind of like, it'll have a heat flash attack, so it'll be relatively slow. It should be relatively armored at the same time, or you'll have some maybe force field which allows a kind of deflection of shots or whatever, but not complete deflection, but partial deflection. And what should be happening is it should have one of the attacks it should have is a kind of a heat flash where it applies heat damage to everything around it, and then of course a long cooldown to be able to do that again. So it's not transport. There's really no need for a floating transport for aliens. Will radar tower ranges be increased? Yeah. I mean, right now it's a bit weak. I might actually do it so they actually combine. So you need to build, for example, 3 to have a full effect of, let's say, almost double view range. Thanks, Philip. Thanks a lot. Graham, good job on the Q&A speedrun. Yeah, thanks, man. My favorite is Rock and Roll Pariah. Yeah, that one's really good. I do like that track. Do you make all the mods by yourself? No, I didn't. I mentioned it. I actually bought most of them, but heavily adjusted most of them too. So, for example, the sniper was originally black. It didn't have any armor here or anything like that. Recolored it, completely redid the skinning of the models and all this kind of stuff. So there is a lot of stuff which I had to do, but like I didn't make them from the get-go. You could use their old harvester models in MCV. True, I did consider it. I mean, the problem is it can't turn its wheels, so it would need the controller adjusted, and also the visual of it could be better. So I'll have to look at it later on. Is the car based on a Czech car? No, it's not actually. It does look like a Skoda Favorit. I do agree, but it's actually a more. I forgot the Japanese one. But it's based on a Japanese car.
Oh, this one here.
The retro hatchback.
It is based on a.
I forgot the name of it. I know it was a known one, but yeah. I found the most Silica on YouTube as an album by Scott. Yeah, because you don't need to specifically say which tracks you used from Scott Buckley's music. You just need to make sure you mention him as the author of the music of the tracks which were of the music in the game. If he's used, if you're doing a lot, like for example, Let's Play, and only his music appears, then you just say music by Scott Buckley. Or includes music by Scott Buckley, because there's an automatic content ID system which kind of like goes through and flags it. Is because the reason he did that, which was actually relatively new, literally a couple of weeks ago he added it, just after release, by the way. The reason he did it was because a lot of people were basically putting his music on the content ID system as their own tracks, so they were actually claiming the copyright, which is extremely dodgy, so he was forced to do that. Very unpleasant, but what can you do? Dram Galahad mentioned that a solution to node spawn would be that they need to be connected to the nest. Yes, that's most definitely planned. That's one thing which is just not currently in, and it should be essentially exactly like in StarCraft, like in Natural Selection 2, where if you disconnect the nodes, they will start to die. Of course, that needs to come with effective notification as well. Pyroclastic waves, cool. Yeah, exactly. Question: can we see names of players in FPS mode on target information? Currently, there's no way of separating from AI units. Yes, name tags most definitely needed. Not only in the bottom right, because that's just like it could be better than that. It should be literally just floating above their head when you look towards them, or it should kind of like fade in as you're looking towards them, because you want to see, for example, players when you're attacking an enemy base, you want to see where your friends are, what they're doing when they're attacking. So that's definitely a must-have. It's on the list of like a high priority thing. Radar station during the minimap, like in Dune 2, would add more value to it. True, I did initially intend to have it like that, exactly for that purpose. What's going on with that vehicle? Oh, you fell through it. Fair enough. But yeah, I did intend to have it like that, so that that would be your source of minimap. But I kind of like shied away from it because it would require, it's just wasn't sure with it. Not for now, at least. It can be changed like that in future, but definitely not for now. Will Silica come to consoles? Maybe in future. I mean, I would like it to, but definitely not before 1.0. No point. Toyota 86. Yeah, could be. Just got here. Are the cars just for fun, or are they part of the game? Which cars? I assume you mean the retro hatchback. That's just for fun, for now. In StarCraft 2, the nodes don't get unusable when they are disconnected from the nest. I think the costs are a little cheap now, which promotes rapid expansion into human bases. Yeah, the nodes, of course, like I said, it should be that once they're disconnected from a nest, they should start to die. So they need to be connected. That would essentially stop the spam, because you just cut it off, and the aliens will have to ensure that they don't just build it anywhere. Are there plans to add localization to other languages? Yes, by the end of early access, there should be localization to other languages. Can we get tank sights for shooting at distance? Yes, planned. There should be scopes for like also like optics for vehicles. Definitely planned. Will be added within the next couple of updates. It's just that because I have to do like custom camera views for all of the vehicles, so it's more. The system itself will be relatively easy, but then to actually get it working on all the vehicles will take a little more time. Can we also get minimum distance of no build zone from enemy base? That will stop alien node spamming inside enemy base. Oh yeah, true. I mean, that is one way to solve it. I mean, the problem is that it's like, I think late game, it should be like, what might be more interesting is the further away from the base it is, the easier it is to kill, right? So or if it's like, maybe just do it so it's really easy to kill near the enemy base, so you can still build there, but it'll cost you the resources, and you might use it as a quick way to build around or whatever. But they'll be easy to kill. There's multiple things we can try with that. Will some of the bigger planes have an entryway like the Harvester? Ooh, not so sure, because the problem is, because you can spin around in all directions, it'll be quite a problem if you're inside and trying to walk around and the person just like pitches up, then you're just suddenly falling inside the aircraft. So most likely no, for at least not for now. Not something I want to really deal with, to be perfectly honest, for now. Um, will humans have more defense structures instead of the HQ turrets? Most definitely, they'll have proper turrets, and so that will make a big difference as well afterwards. Question: why does the queen have octopus type of arms? Is this intended in an arrowed world? Yes. The idea is, through the nest, she'll dig into the nest, and she actually uses those the tentacles to interface with the buildings around. That's the idea of the tentacles there. Currently, it's pretty hard to tell friend from foe between human factions. Do you plan to do some temporary fix, like a color code? That's mentioned. That's been mentioned very many times. The color code. The problem is with infantry, you can only tell at a really close range. So if you're shooting at someone like at range, you won't be able to see the color. If you're looking at tanks, for example, those are also far away, so they have to have a strong blue or red color to be able to tell the difference. And the problem is that then they would be very easy to tell, like see on the terrain itself. So it's more desired to be using, for example, the combat vision, which should highlight enemies. Seems more aquatic. Yeah, it's for the tentacles. Sunglasses for infantry, please. I mentioned that before, that sun glare will be reduced. Goodbye, Lycan. Hopefully, okay. Thank you, Dragon.
Oh.
Lycan. Thanks, guys. Waifu infantry, please. I'm not even going to comment that. No more questions on my side. Okay, thanks, Lewis. Could crouching make us invisible on the map unless we already got spotted? No, because it's not really fair. Like, I mean, the whole idea is you should be trying to conceal yourself somewhere around. I considered having the infantry be able to dig, like cover themselves in sand or something like that, but that might be way too excessive. So I'll have to see with that. But you should be kind of like hiding in the rocky outcrops, cliff faces, and all this kind of stuff. You can hide near them, and then you become concealed. But if you could hide in the middle of open field, then the problem is that then it would be really unreliable for the commander. He could not rely on the commander could not rely on what they see, right? Because the unit would be there. It looks like, oh yeah, I got fog of war vision, but oh, it looks like nothing's there. And then suddenly you go there, and there's actually rocket troops like just crouching there. It would be really unpleasant to play. Will teleportation be part of later game? Well, teleportation, I want it there from the beginning, because the idea is it's a base technology, right? It's a base level technology, but it's not that practical, right? That's the idea of it. I'll have to kind of teleportation will require a lot of balancing changes, definitely. Also, these aliens are all some form of sea life. I don't know lore, but I guess the aliens had to evolve from the sea. Yeah, of course they should have their own lineage. I don't want to get into too much, like it's getting to spoiler territory, but yeah, they do have some lineage essentially. Oh crap! Whoa, there's a lot of questions. Your answers to communication make me excited. Thank you. I'm happy to hear that. Good night. Good night.
Oh, by the way, guys,
units.
if you said goodnight, I have seen you. I'm just letting the questions flow. So,
So
don't mind me. I'm just playing around in the sandbox area.
So hero units. Well, it's a contentious issue. I think like the problem with hero units is, then they would have to literally be enforced. Like I would consider a hero unit, the siege tank, for example. But I assume you mean like like infantry. Infantry there, it's not that important, right? Like for hero units. But what is, for example, the aliens? They got the Goliath and stuff. So I'm not sure hero units are really needed here. But yeah, they can be added in a future update, where they can tank more damage. But it shouldn't be like that an infantry guy is able to tank 5,000 damage, for example. Since agents can move in all axes, will there ever be a space air unit only map? That would be interesting. Maybe. I don't want to I don't want to say no, and at the same time I don't want to promise either. So who knows? We'll see what the future holds. I mean, the problem is because it would mean that there would have to be flying units from the beginning of the match, so that makes it a bit more complicated. Would it be possible to parent the player to the harvester when you enter it to make it easy to walk around? Yeah, that is like, it's definitely not parent it, because if it goes up a hill and you're walking like that on whatever, like, oh sure, I could always keep it stable and whatever. But there is of course some changes which need to happen where it sometimes misses one of the traces and stuff, and then it goes to free fall. That needs to be optimized. It's not only there; it's actually also when you're like walking around on dunes and you go over a tiny dune, like a small one, a small bump. It goes like, oh, and jumps, and it keeps jumping about, and it's really annoying. So yeah, the movement of the infantry will be improved. Could crouch be a toggle? Fair enough. Like, one of the ways to do that is either literally put it in the menu where you can have toggle crouch. Another way to do it is that when you press it, it'll toggle crouch. When you hold it, it would hold. But probably like having it as an option which you set is a better idea. So eventually, yes. Eventually, yes. How does stealth work right now with the eye icon? Okay, so the eye icon appears when you are concealed or are trying to get concealed. If it's a neutral, like with the humans, if it's blue, it means you are concealed, you are invisible to the enemy. If it's red, it means you're trying to conceal yourself, like you are in a place where you can be considered concealed, but the enemy can see you. You've been detected. So if it's not there, it means you're out in the open and it's just about fog of war. Lycan, I tried squashing bugs when landing with my siege tank, did not hurt them. You can squash bugs with the siege tank, but the problem is that because it's so big and there's a small space under like between the two main kind of like blocks, you could say, the bugs when they're in between there, it just doesn't squash them. Alien air units, yes, there will be alien units. Anything new that you want to implement for future updates? Yeah, plenty of new stuff. I mean, I've mentioned it, like whole Centauri units and all this kind of stuff. We'll be able to see much more information from battlefield events and be able to build without going back to base buildings. Like I said, I actually answered you T1000 on the forums. That's forums on the Discord. That stuff is planned for this coming week, or the next 2 weeks, really. To be perfectly fair, basically, quality of life is now going to be focused on once the performance things are done. Performance still being one of the things which I'm going to be focusing on this week, as well as quality of life stuff. And of course harvesters. That's all stuff I'm going to be focusing on this week and next week, and most likely will extend into the week after. But yeah, definitely there needs to be like the unit barks like are less important, like, oh, moving there, yes sir, and all this kind of stuff. But most importantly, oh, good night Lewis, good night. But most importantly, like our base is under attack, our harvester under attack, and the shortcut keys, like C, for example, for construct or something like that. Yeah, this stuff has to be there. I mentioned it like on the Discord, like that it's I consider it less important because it's not a foundational thing. Like it's of course an absolute must and a minimum for an RTS, but it's it's easy to implement. It just takes a little bit of time. Otherwise, getting this to work at all was of course a massive undertaking in its own right. You could have teleportation work. Will there be different biomes like forest? Yeah, I mentioned it before. Yeah, the like biomes, there are planned different ones. Like there'll be a Sol map, one on Sol, like on Earth, which is a city near a forest. There'll be one on Centaurus, which is like kind of like wetlands and this kind of stuff with a red hue and all this kind of stuff. So yes, there'll be different biomes, but not on Bolterus itself. Like on Bolterus itself, I want to keep that a desert with some slight change, like some different areas. There'll be polar caps, most probably, of course. Are there any plans to expand the team? Yes, I am planning on expanding the team by a few people. I don't want to have a massive team because then it just like spiraled out of control. Lycan is trying to crash the game. He isn't he? Will there be more display information on full locations of friendly teleporters, class change channels, compass for directions for FPS players? So the compass is actually in the middle of the screen in FPS. You can see it's like it turns. It's like a little tiny arrow. It's not that clear, to be fair. But yeah, it shows you which way is north. But yeah, probably a better compass which shows actual degrees is probably a better choice. I'll probably do it that way in future. Otherwise, like showing you where teleports are and all this kind of stuff, yeah, it definitely is missing. I definitely agree there. I wanted to do it with the map, but it might be better like that you could like in some way just see it. If you look towards a building, then it's kind of like, if you're not near a building and you're looking towards it and it's a friendly building, then those little teleporters will come up and show you where they are. Is crab leaping being looked at so they don't slow fall constantly? So crab leaping, they actually fall at the same rate as anything else does, 9.8 meters a second. It's just because they're big, it looks like it's slow. The more important thing is that the leaping right now, when you look towards an enemy and you leap, it tends to kind of like leap upwards to a degree, where ideally it should do a leap which is forwards. So that's one thing, just improving the leaping so it's more forwards rather than anything. Personally, I don't like the idea of hero unit if the resources are not infinite, because I started the game like late game, there are only heroes in battlefield and resource completely gone. Oh yeah, that's one of the problems with hero units. So yeah, I agree there. I walk to work and the stream is still going. Thought it was over. Yeah, still going, Frostguard. But I will just have to leave very soon. What kind of sound do you have in mind for the alien alarms, like bases under attack, actual words, or animal sounds? I'm probably gonna have like sounds. Definitely words, because it's just easier to understand. I mean, the closest I would compare it to is literally natural selection 2. It just makes the most sense. Because, you know, to a human there's sounds, but to an alien it means something, so...
Just gonna come off that, what if it was like the Queen's like voice?
That's the idea. Exactly.
In the because she's communicating with the aliens, so she's kind of telling the hive what's happening.
Yeah, but in a way she's like telling herself, right?
Yeah.
If you're the commander, but yeah, it still makes sense. So she should be saying that. Will we have squad leader roles as well? This would help with more strategic FPS gameplay. Yes, it is planned, but in future, like in a couple of months, like not 3 months, sorry, 4 or 5 months at least. Just the reason is because it will require like a command interface and all this kind of stuff. And right now, I definitely need to focus on getting all this like really important stuff out, as well as the air units, and then I can focus on this more strategic stuff. Because it of course coincides. You know what happens if you have air units like following you, and you want to tell them to attack and stuff. So it is a bit more of a thing. Don't forget you wake up at 6 a.m. Yes, I know. Mad lad. Yeah. Lycan is always a mad lad. Look at him go.
Oh my god, I just spawned in like 50, 60 light armored cars.
Since you plan different maps, will the resource gathering change from 4 different maps, or will there be Bolterium in those plans? Good point. Very good point. I'm not sure about that right now. And that is a very good point that you mentioned. I'll have to see. I mean, it might make sense to put Bolterium there for simplicity, though it's not entirely lore friendly. Or that there would be a different way of gathering resources. It just doesn't make sense, you know. In fact, that would be pretty interesting if there was like some capture points. That would make more sense. Good to hear you lost every 0.3 seconds like C&C original. Yeah, true. You know, or like in Tiberian Sun, it was also like that too. You know, you get lost time.
I thought I killed my game, but it's still going.
It looks like it was freeing up memory. Question: medics for healing and reviving infantry. Yeah, yes, definitely medics need to be there. I agree, definitely. Our troop yelling, we need hell here like StarCraft 2. Yeah, yes, it should be there. Like you should get like some things like hearing from the units and stuff. What I really want to do is when you're in FPS mode and you're just running around, I want you to be able to hear the various units kind of like responding and talking, you know, like, oh shit, we're under fire. And the further away they are, the more dimmed that sound is. So it kind of like gives you this atmosphere, so you can hear a battle going on in the distance. It's a simple thing, but it can be it literally is very simple to implement. Of course, it mustn't spam you, you know. But I do want to have that kind of stuff happening in the background, because it really like will add to the immersion. Infantry auto heal, so I don't know if we need medics. Yeah, true. I mean, you know, like medics, I want to have it as a player role. Right now I understood. I misunderstood as engineer for like repairing. Yeah, for the infantry, I think auto healing should be enough. The carnage, like in here, indeed. Do you already have the Centauri models picked out? I do indeed. But they die too fast. So if you have some corpses that can be revived by medics, oh yeah, true. I mean, one thing is I think. it's one thing on which I consider that when a player gets killed, he could go into like incapacitated for a while, unless you get hit by a siege tank. I mean, there I really don't see you getting incapacitated. But if you get shot by a bullet, yeah, sure, why not? You go and get incapacitated for you have, let's say, 20-30 seconds for someone to revive you. But there I would do it that it only has to be anyone, a friendly player specifically, so it's a player to player thing. So that kind of supports players supporting each other. I could do it so the infantry can do it also, like AI infantry. That also might make sense, but we'll see. We'll see. The computer needed a while to. Yeah, indeed. Will we have healing and repair options for humans, like proximity near friendly structures? Oh, sorry about that. Repair around structures. Still not sure if it should be just automatic, because it might be a bit weird. There have to be some visual effect to make it clear that it's getting repaired. I'll have to see about that. Also, like Titanfall grunt. I haven't played Titanfall, but if it's like where you can just hear other grunts talking in the distance over radio, then yes. Colonel Jace, very nice work, guys. Thank you. Question: ammunition, will they be limited? Always will be infinite. The reason is because it will become a real pain to have to handle the logistics. It's like, what happens if your siege tank runs out of shots? You'll have to go back to base, or there'll have to be a logistics vehicle. I don't know. It's something I definitely want to avoid. If mods want to do it, sure, why not? Could we get building to repair vehicles? I think having a human engineer would be a bit OP. Well, I mean, that's the thing. It's like a human engineer can be killed, right? So if he's outside and you get hit, he can be downed by gunfire. So I don't think it's OP. Can we have guns disabled after intentional friendly fire? Intentional friendly fire should be punished. I mean, if you kill, depends what you kill, and depends on the circumstance. If I detect that there's an enemy unit behind what you're shooting, and you've quite clearly hit a friendly unit, then most definitely, it's like you got to give the benefit of the doubt at first. But I mean, there I would just have it that you become rogue, or you auto kick. I mean, auto kick is just the most reasonable thing, to a degree. I'll have to see. That's a more of a contentious issue, that one. But vote kicking. I mean, the thing is, right now you can't tell who actually killed you, right? Because no kill feed, which needs to be there, and more importantly, no vote kick. No player tags. So vote kick also needs to be in there. Like the injury system in active pool. I haven't played that, so I'm not sure. Will the bugs have an artillery type bug? Most likely. Like the humans have a rocket truck. Yeah, something similar. But not exactly like that, of course. I'll see you till next time. Yeah, no worries, man. Thanks. Also, can you make option to turn off blood? I can, but it's rated for 16 plus. Why would you want to turn off blood? By the way, Ephrata, just out of interest. You can make pieces of the structures fall when they take damage, and yeah, that would be really difficult to do. Like having dynamic destruction where pieces of the building fall off. That's a lot of work. Definitely not before 1.0, quite frankly. May I get points in a match for scouting? I often scout and follow command, but I don't get any points for it. Yes, scoring, the score right now is just ultra basic, and it doesn't work properly. You will be getting be getting points for revealing the map. So yes, you will eventually. Could we also get vocal chat with in-game voice lines, and maybe helpful people with that mic? A basic way of saying thanks this way. Yes, most definitely. Like in Counter-Strike, where you bring up a menu which is like some basic chat line. Yes. With bugs being melee units, an auto kick would be awful when trying to get them off tanks and structures. It's why friendly fire is so annoying. Well, actually, the thing is, when you're friendly fire, when you're attacking, okay. Being melee units, an auto kick would be awful. Okay. Well, like I said, it really depends on the context. If you're shooting at, like I said, if you're shooting at a friendly unit, but there's an enemy, behind or whatever, then the context will be taken as, oh, you're trying to hit the enemy, not the friendly unit, right? So there has to be a benefit of benefit of the doubt system, basically. Definitely shouldn't be auto kick. Oh yeah, you probably hit your friendly unit intentionally. No, that has to be, of course, bulletproof. But the vote kick is the most important thing. At some point in the future, will the minimap contain plain names for those on your team? The minimap? Oh, you mean like the map in the bottom left in FPS? Yeah, it could. It could. It does make sense. Prompt the commander at a certain point asking if he wants to kick the player if they hit a certain team kill threshold. Well, that's the thing. It's like the if they hit a certain team kill threshold. I mean, if you kill one friendly unit, and there was no enemy units around or nothing. I mean, that's a very clear friendly fire incident, right? Intentional friendly fire. There, it's like at that point you should be maybe marked as rogue, or you'd maybe like be. I actually want to have this jail idea where you be put into jail for a while, so you'd only be able to look around at your friends fighting. So you won't be able to play for some time. And of course, if you repeat the offense, you just get auto kicked. Prompt commander. Right. How do you manage your time? And of course, prompt the commander at a certain point, asking if they want to get kicked. Well, the thing is that I would have vote kick there, so you just like start a vote kick, just like in any other competitive game. How do you manage your time, and what pointers can you give to all of us who might have a difficulty managing our time? You're a one-man army, it seems. Well, I mean, perfectly honest, I don't work 8-hour days. I work much more than that. I think it all kind of comes naturally. I mean, if I was doing completely new things which I've never done before here, which some things are, then you just like, how do you manage your time for something where you don't know what's going to take, like how long it's going to take? And quite frankly, I don't say I do all that good a job managing my time, being perfectly honest. I could definitely do better than that. But otherwise, calendar, definitely have a calendar. I mean, I constantly have a digital one which you can update at any time very easily. Like at any point, I'll just look at my calendar and just put things which are important. Like tomorrow, I know I need I've got some like planning thing with regards to the early access plan and this kind of stuff. So, definitely calendar in terms of like time management. More blood and different fluids for aliens. Staying like different fluids. I don't think so. They're all like a common thing. So they should have the same fluid coming from their veins. Obviously, with the scorpion, if you hit the back thing, it has like this like glowing fluid coming out. It's a bit different, of course. But yeah, blood. Yeah, I want to do more like dismemberment or something like that. When you're like eventually. Staying corpses. Yeah, I would like to definitely. Once I put in what's it called, ragdoll and stuff. But it's a nice to have. It's in the future, far future. Can we get AI not shooting friendly units and buildings on crossfire sooner? Yes, definitely. Don't worry, T1000. That's one thing which I'm intending to do this week because it's not that hard to do. And for example, if there's a crab on top of a harvester, then a hover tank might look at the crab, shoot him with the secondary cannon, but won't shoot him with the main cannon. And I can easily detect that. So it's just that there's just a ton of this kind of stuff to do, and it's very simple, all of it. It's just that a ton of simple things. It's still a ton to do. So yeah, but definitely, I want to do that this week. I just want to say out there that one sniper in the barracks. I just want to say stay out there. One sniper in the barracks. I'm sorry to have killed you. You ran from the scorpion. Was it me? I have no idea. So sorry, I'm a bit thing. He wants a court-martial system. That's hilarious. Yeah, well, I mean, I'm taking inspiration from Air Buccaneers. It was a mod for Unreal Tournament 2004 back in the day, and they had this exact same system where you would be put in a jail and you could like look around and see your friends and all this kind of stuff. It was quite funny and it worked quite well. I think like there was barely any friendly fire intentional incidents. It was always new players that came in, started to troll, would get put into jail. They're like, the hell's going on? And after waiting there for 3-4 minutes, they're like they don't do it anymore. Will there eventually be a custom map maker in the future, or will that be too much work? Custom map maker, it would have to be through the Unity, through the Unity game tools, quite frankly, because doing it within the game itself, for example, or like an external toolset, it would be a massive investment in time. Plus, it's certainly not easy. And why write tools which are already written? So it will be through the Unity toolset.
When can we expect another stream with Dram? Well, I mean, I'm here every Sunday for Silica Sundays, so more than welcome to join me, well, whenever I'm on, really, to be honest with you, Martin. Whenever you're free, really.
Yeah,
you're able.
I mean, yeah, we'll organize in the future. I mean, it would be pretty fun to like do one maybe towards the end of the week once a lot of the the fixes are in, especially
Yeah.
performance ones. So that should be interesting.
Yeah, so yeah, stay tuned, I suppose. I mean, I don't tend to announce it because
Yes, sometimes it can be real, like slightly ad
like
hoc.
last minute.
So,
Yeah.
oh no, I can't on Friday and Saturday. I'll be in what's it called, Game Access in Brno.
Ooh.
It's like a developer conference. So I'll be like presenting some stuff with Silica. So no, I won't be there. I won't be here, unfortunately.
No worries.
But I might be here for Sunday. So possibly. I don't want to promise.
Yeah, so it's like last
Depends.
minute. I'll try and announce it like maybe an hour before if Martin can come on and join us like for the Silica Sundays, but I won't like say days and days before because things change. So
Yeah, exactly. Defend drones for harvesters and upgrade. Yes, that's planned actually. I killed the dev. You did indeed, most likely. I mean, I've been killed so many times by rockets and stuff, so everyone's killed me. Armor 3 Domination has that option as well, together with Banana Phone on loop. Oh, I'll have to have a look at that. If you try to retake an enemy bunker and you jump out of the car or tanks, AI takes over and kills the bunker before I can capture it. True. I mean, it does make sense to a degree. It's a question of like determining what you really want with the bunker. You know, I mean, one option is to make bunkers indestructible. That could be interesting. But they can just be like, or maybe indestructible to light arms fire and stuff. But so if you come there with a siege tank, well, it's going to shoot the bunker. We'll see. I'll have to think that up. I'll have to think through that, but later. Will that conference be streamed? I have no idea, to be honest. It's Game Access Brno. It's like I was invited to it to present stuff. So it's more from a developer's perspective. It's not really about the game itself, but like some challenges involved in things. So I want to be showing, for example, how problems which I encountered during implementing, building construction, construction and all this kind of stuff. So when are hotkeys coming out? That's been asked before. Within the next week or two. That makes sense. So then the game can be made open to custom Unity maps. Maybe some documentation that explain how a custom-made map can be integrated to the game. Yeah, definitely. They'll have, like, if I'm going to be utilizing Unity, like the editor for that, then definitely. I mean, it might be kind of like a mix with. I mean, look. Ideally, it'll be through the Unity toolset, and there will be an SDK which you can download. I'll have to see how to do that. I have no idea right now. Alien carrier dropping bugs from above. You guys just really want alien transports, don't you? Gotta go by and good luck. Yeah, goodbye and thanks. And I think we should give Dram a rest. I will have to go. It is 12:18, so I will take one last question. Last question that comes up, I will answer that one, and then I will go. Centauri should have a pit full of crabs for their prison.
Oh my god.
That's true. I don't consider that as a question.
Like a rancor pit.
I feel like Lycan is bugging, stressing, lol. The crab shall never die. Like Overlord drops in StarCraft. Yeah, true. Centauri, different, unique style. That's okay. That's the last question. Okay, so you asked again the hotkeys, and I answered. The hotkeys are coming out within the next week or two. As for Centauri, different, unique style, I do want them to have a different style. I do. Like in terms of the buildings, it doesn't make sense for them to have a completely different style, right? I did actually consider them to have smaller structures at first, so they'd be very different to Sol. But the reality is that you don't want three completely different teams. I like the idea of them being somewhat different, but not completely different. I mean, there shouldn't be that much. Like they don't have thousands of years of different technology or hundreds of years. They literally only have a couple of years of technological difference. The idea is like that their plasma technology and the hover technology is literally new. It should be out for the past 2-3 years. The idea is that this conflict is going only for a couple of years. So their unique style should kind of like, the idea is that they'll have, let's say, similar headquarters. They should be slightly different, but the structures probably won't be entirely different. Though I might change my opinion on that. It might be much more interesting to have a completely different style for the buildings, but keep them the same size. Like large structures. Definitely, I want large structures. I really enjoy the large structures. It is a lot of fun to drive around the big structures. It can be a pain to place them, and that's why that needs to improve, of course. But otherwise, it is a lot of fun to kind of like see them move around and stuff. And I want to make them more interactive, have something you can do, like in the structures themselves. So, for example, just to clarify what I mean by that, is if you're running around, for example, a factory, there might be things you can use that kind of like slightly increase the production speed and stuff like that. So it like a player will be able to help kind of like production and this kind of stuff. And yeah, so I would keep answering, but I will go to sleep because I do have to get up in 6 hours, almost exactly. I actually get up at 6:30 in the morning to go to training. So that is in exactly 6 hours and 9 minutes, and I will leave you guys there. 6 hours sounds like a good time to sleep. So no, it's enough for me. It literally is. Like I'm used to sleeping less.
Well, thank you for joining me, and thank you for literally answering a ton of questions like in the last hour or so. The guys very much appreciate it.
Happy to do so.
No, thank you very much, Martin. Thanks for joining as always, and hopefully you had fun playing and
yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Seeing me getting flipped by a single impaler like across the map.
That was quite fun actually, and especially when you landed, you survived, and I took you out. That was like adding insult to injury.
Yeah.
It
was like, I made it, and then next one I was just dead. That's not great.
Yeah, but no, thank you. Play with you guys too. Thanks a lot, guys. Thanks a lot. Take care, and see you next time, guys. Hopefully next Sunday. Hopefully.
Yeah.
I'm not. You know what? I'm just going to check my schedule just to make sure. In case something is there, I'll just say straight away if I don't. No, I don't have anything there. So
there you go. So we'll close to the time I'll announce it, but we'll
yep.
Yeah.
I'll definitely confirm with you probably on Saturday to make sure it's like it'll be a bit easier. Like so you don't have to go like 5 minutes before. Oh, Dram's here. You know. So
no worries. All right,
guys.
Have a good sleep and enjoy the week as it goes through. I'll be speaking to you as normal.
Yeah. Thanks.
Right.
I'm going to be doing a beta update tomorrow, but it'll only be the beta. It won't be on the main.
Sure.
So I'll be pushing that construction fix because it is big. I noticed that it kind of broke the alien construction slightly up. It'll be a short fix. So I'll find out what the hell went wrong there and fix it. But anyway, yeah. So, right, guys. Good night.
Right. Good night, Dram. See you again.
All right. See you guys.
And there we go, guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed the little Q&A for the last hour. Yeah, what a legend. Wasn't expecting it, but what a legend. We're now hitting nighttime in the Siege map, where it's actually mostly insane, by the way, guys. If you haven't seen the Siege map at night, there you go. But no, guys, thank you for joining me today. I very much appreciate it. Thank you for all the gifted memberships, the super chats, and the subscribes today. I very much appreciate it, guys. It's insane. That's the one he was talking about, by the way. The planet, the ice planet, literally like the moon, is the planet he's thinking of using for the ice biomes. So there you go. But no, guys, thank you very much, and I'll try and stream in the week. If not, I will let you guys know. If not, then I'll see you again on the weekend. Saturday, either Silica or maybe if we can get Satcom going, because the guys actually made Satcom and hosting servers on Saturday, so it could be good for us to all join a Satcom server and I stream it, so that could be a thing as well. But no, Silica Sundays is normal every Sunday at 7:30 PM. Dram might be with me again next Sunday, so again, we'll have some fun. We'll play 36-player servers, etc., etc., explore the new changes and whatnot, and then keep an eye out for the videos as well on YouTube during the week. I need to do a few challenges still that have been requested, like Shrimp Only Challenge and etc., etc., but I'll try and cover any patches and any beta branch stuff as well for you guys. In the meantime, I think that's it, really. That's all on my mind. But no, if you've got any questions, or if you want to just have a chat, jump into the Discord server, say hello, check out what I'm playing at the time and whatnot, you know, all that type of thing as well. You can tell it's getting dark because I'm actually going invisible from my camera. But, no, thank you guys. I very much appreciate it. I very much appreciate everyone dropping by and playing and talking and, yeah, it's great. It's always nice to have at the end of the week. It's great to have you guys here with me. Expect the beta patch tomorrow, and I'll probably make a video on it. I also need to make a video on the console commands, because it is asked quite a lot about how to navigate this, basically up the top left here, and like how to spawn stuff in, how to change maps, how to get to the siege map, the asset test map, and stuff like that. And I'll make a video on it. I'll make a video on it so you guys can explore it yourself and just play around. You know, you can spawn in loads of things like I've been doing for like the last hour or so. So I will make a video on that as well, going into more detail so you guys can actually use it yourself. But without further ado, guys, Noobcaster, thank you for the sub, mate. I very much appreciate it. I will see you again in the week. Like I said, I will post up on YouTube if I release a video, if I schedule a stream. Just keep an eye out for that as well. Turn your notifications on if you want to know that, or jump into the Discord. They also go live in the Discord as well. So, Satcom, it is 11:30. I'm going to check how many of you guys are still willing to play Satcom. If not, don't worry about it. We'll cover it again. It was fun watching the Havoc in the last time. I really tried to crash my game. Did you see it? And I almost got it, but the memory cache freed up. I was locked for like a good 30 seconds, and then it just freed up, and I was like, damn. I tried. I spawned like 60 bloody cars and stuff, and had them all explode and all sorts. It just didn't work, but there we go. But one last thing I am going to try before we go to bed is I'm going to press destroy. Oh, wait, hold on. And destroy my PC. Oh, it literally did nothing. Okay. Yeah, night guys. See you again soon. Peace.